They had a tough time last year when they made that transition to a new conference. And now look at them. 6-0, 3-0, ranked 13th nationally. Obviously, the message is important, and the message works. Appreciate BYU and Kalani, always. What's your reaction? Oh, and by the way, how about a Subway Series? Could that happen? Mets win yesterday. All of a sudden, the Dodgers are not looking impervious. Another big word. Hey, man, that's a big win for the Mets. That is a big win for the Mets. Yankees also getting it done. So these are long series. We are nowhere near a Subway Series yet. I'm just preparing for you. What if there is a Subway Series again? All right, let's break. Not too late for you to get through. Hit me on anything you want. It is time. What a busy day. I did not expect this kind of day when I rolled out. So busy that I should get you a sports update, so here you go. Here's Marco Belletti.
Infinity Sports Network. Sports Flash.
All right, Jim, the Jets trying to salvage their season, sent a conditional third-round pick to the Raiders in exchange for Devontae Adams. 31-year-old veteran joins up former teammate of Aaron Rodgers as the two played 8 seasons together in Green Bay, combined for over 600 catches, over 7,500 yards, second most in the NFL over that span. Not the only receiver on the move, though. The Bills reportedly getting Amari Cooper from the Browns, that in exchange for a third-rounder as well. Cowboys have been a disappointment at 3-3, and owner Jerry Jones does not seem happy about having to answer to Sean and RJ on his weekly spot, 105.3 The Fan in Dallas.
I don't even want owners to listen to me. To talk about, this is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something, and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask why.
Get a job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
ALCS resumes tonight. Game 2 in the Bronx. You got the Yankees and Guardians. Cleveland looking to even that series at a game apiece. I'm Marco Belletti.
This is the Infinity Sports Network. Follow us on Instagram. Our handle is Infinity Sports Network. That's Infinity Sports Network to follow us on Instagram.
Clones, what do we want when we're craving protein or we need some more energy? Not bars, not sugary snacks, not energy drinks. What we want is beef, pure and simple. So where's the beef? It's in a package of Old Trapper beef jerky. Old Trapper is not your father's jerky. It's not shriveled, dry, and tasteless. Old Trapper beef jerky is made from lean strips of steak and quality spices that are smoked over a real wood fire. So it's tender and it's tasty. It's not tough. And why is it so good? Because Old Trapper is a 50-year-old family business known for their relentless commitment to quality. They take smoked beef extremely seriously, and you can taste it in every single bite. Old Trapper is packed with protein. It comes in 4 great flavors to satisfy all your cravings. Quality smoked meat at its finest that goes with you wherever you go, to the game, to the gym, to the beach. So look for Old Trapper in the Clearview bag. You can see the quality you're buying. Look for it in major retail stores near you. If you don't see it, clones, ask for it by name because no other jerky compares. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
O'Reilly.
Extend the life of your engine with a full synthetic oil change and save at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, pick up 5 quarts of O'Reilly full synthetic motor oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $29.99. Or upgrade to a MicroGuard Select filter for just $2 more. Limit supply. Offer in-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Need a soda break? Well, you are in luck because right now, Wendy's has any size a la carte $1 soft drinks. You heard that right. Any size, any flavor, anytime. And by any flavor, I mean there's like 165 of them. So whatever you want. Coke, Sprite, strawberry, Fanta, all of them mixed together, whatever you want. The possibilities are basically endless. Any size soft drink for $1, gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions do apply.
This is a Pirate Radio Sports Break presented by Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville. It was Game 1 of the American League Championship Series last night between the Yankees and the Guardians, and it didn't take long for the Yankees to start swinging a hot bat.
And Stanton drives one deep left center. He'll watch this one fly. A booming home run, Giancarlo Stanton.
And New York goes on to beat Cleveland by a final of 5-2. This has been a Pirate Radio Sports Break. I'm Shirley Rhodes.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
It's spooky season, Greenville, and you know what that means. Time to grab your costume at Halloween Express. This is Lisa with Halloween Express, and we are now open for our 26th year in Greenville. We are located at 1400 Charles Boulevard on the corner of Charles Boulevard and 14th Street beside the Jolly Roger. We have Greenville's biggest selection of Halloween costumes for adults and kids. Halloween Express has everything you will need to make your Halloween frightening and fun. We are open 7 days a week. Halloween Express.
Want to make your day better? Order a Papa John's pizza. Get an extra large, one-topping New York-style pizza for only $10.99. Made into 8 foldable slices, perfect for sharing or not. See, things just got better, and you get to eat pizza. Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Public notice, Discount Mattress Furniture, Greenville, 1501 Evans Street. Everything must go up to 75% off. Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes, purple swivel chairs, ECU, $99. Desk chairs, $10. Queen mattresses, $199. Sofas, much more. Discount Mattress Furniture up to 75% off. 1501 Evans Street in Greenville, and I'll see you there!
For the ones who get it done, Grainger is offering supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as access to product experts ready to answer your toughest questions. CarClickRanger.com or stop on by. Look at this guy at Indy John 941. Jimmy, normally I skip over some interviews, but man, lately they've all been fantastic. Thank you for guiding the clones. Is that a compliment or not? Normally I skip over the interviews. Bro, that'd be like me. Hey, John. Time to see Mr. Rome.
Hey, John,
Giddy up, horseface.
time to meet Mr. Rome.
Even I got it. It's getting worse and worse.
Come on.
I didn't even mean for that to happen. Hey, Indy John 941. If I were to say to you, normally I skip over all of your posts. But lately, actually, I do. Bro, I hate to say this, but I don't even know who you are. Are you Florida John or are you Indy John? Make up your mind.
Hey, before you say that you skip over all my interviews. You mean all those interviews that we prep and take seriously and book? That have been fantastic pretty much the entire time. Bro, you know why you don't know that? Because you skipped them. If you didn't skip them, you would know they're fantastic all the time. Hey, Rome, normally I skip over the interviews, but man, they've been fantastic lately. No, John, Florida John, Indy John, whoever you are, John, they're always fantastic. You just don't know because you skip them. Hey, Rome, you know, normally I just skip your show altogether, but damn, it's good. Yeah, I know. I never skip it. I do it every damn day. Stop skipping over things. You're missing fantastic things. Now, the callers, that's different. Let's go to the phones. Let's see if they can prove me wrong. We go to Baton Rouge. Josh in Baton Rouge. Good to have you, Josh. What's up?
Yeah. Yo, Romeo. I wish that I could say that with way more joy like I do when I'm trying to call in, but Jared's got my ass in my feels. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. I was born in Dallas, man. I grew up as a kid watching 11, the boys, Emmett, and that crew, all just rolling. I was all in. But now, I just can't even cheer that crap. That BYU coach hitting on the pride versus humility is probably Jared's biggest problem. Hey, thanks for the Vine Rome. War, Jared kicking the bucket sooner than later. And if not, War, whoever is holding Stefanski hostage, to pop off there and get on Jared's ass. I'm out.
My man, I was going to say, nice job until the very end. I'm not going to war him kicking the bucket. Or the people holding Stefanski hostage, taking Jerry hostage as well. That's not going to help. I'm not warring any of that, but I sense your frustration. Listen, if you grew up a Cowboy fan and you were a fan of that era, the Jimma era, the Troy era, the Emmett era, the Michael Irvin era, the Jay Novacek era, hey, man, I get it. This is the worst of times because those were the best of times. The triplets, man, they were so much fun. Alvin Harper, the White House, everything about it. That was the best of times. These are the worst times. And Jared's losing it. You know, we got a precursor of that over the weekend when he was asked, when the line of questioning went down the path of, all right, what about Mike McCarthy? What if Mike McCarthy were not the head coach? Who then would you have as a selection? And Jerry didn't like that. That's why Jerry said, you think I'm an idiot? You think I'm an idiot? I'm not going to talk about hypothetical like that. Do you think I'm an idiot? Except,
do you think I'm an idiot?
When everybody lifted that, of course, and Jerry should know better, it wasn't going to be in context of what would you do hypothetically if Mike McCarthy were not your head coach? And then he snapped, like, bam, you think I'm an idiot? That was not the way he should have handled that. But it was a precursor to what happened today. You can see this guy is starting to get tighter and tighter and tighter. And all of a sudden, he can't get away with just showing up and trying to be charming and trying to be all dadgummit. No, man, he's in a bad way. On his birthday, had a really bad game. And who knows what was going up in the luxury box. I don't know what was being consumed. I don't know. I don't know. But I would imagine that may have contributed to the reaction, if I had to guess. Hypothetically, allegedly, possibly. I just know that that was a precursor of things to come. That he was not going to sleep that off. That he was not going to have cooler heads prevail. When he went, you think I'm an idiot? That told you what kind of mindset, what kind of headspace he was in. These guys, I don't know these guys really well that do that show, but if I'm not mistaken, they're actually pretty favorable. Friendly nation, like they have fun with him. And they're not coming for him. They're not looking for him. They just, what are they supposed to do, Jerry? You just got hammered. The team just got beat down again. That's 4 times in a row that's happened in your building. What are these guys supposed to do? Grab ass again for a whole nother segment? They've got to ask you a question or two. Now, I'll be fair. I didn't hear the whole interview, just the part that I'm playing. So, I don't know. But knowing these guys and how they approach that segment, I don't think they're looking for the hammer every single time they talk to him. You know, I know he would have reacted earlier. So anyway,
and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater.
What good, Jerry? What good?
You have got to be smoking
throwing out all the good with the dishwater. What good? What good is happening, Jerry? How long are you going to cling to those regular season wins in years past? What good right now? Nobody gives a damn about last year or the year before. What we care about are the 30-plus years where you haven't won anything that mattered. But, okay, fine. Aside, what good is happening this year? You're 3-3. You're 0-3 at home. You're not playing well. You can't run the ball. You can't stop the run. You're totally outclassed. You're totally outmatched. You're totally outcoached. What good? Other than Dak to CD occasionally. What good? What are you talking about, Pop?
We're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, we know. We know. 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced. Let the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts test your battery for free. They can recommend the right superstar battery for your vehicle. Learn more at O'Reilly Auto Parts. All right, so there's the 3-hour version of the show that everybody gets. My thanks to Steve Mariucci way back in hour 1. Kalani Sitaki in hour number 3. The XR4 Ti going hard. Thanks, crew. Good job, crew. Clones, nice job by you. Hey, listen, hang in there. We've got the After Hour coming up next on our Fast channel. Stay tuned for that. See you there. We're out. All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are.
Where do you find the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in Eastern North Carolina? It's DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com is a combination of 4 dealerships in Eastern North Carolina with a fully stocked inventory of over 200 SUVs, trucks, and cars. If you're looking to upgrade your vehicle or purchase for a new driver in the house, get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com, supporting the Pirates for over 47 years.
This is Aaron Williams with New Blue Service Group. Our technicians stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home. Your home deserves the best, and New Blue is here to help with all of your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC needs. Facing electrical issues due to the elements? We're on it. Plumbing concerns or emergencies? We're ready to fix it. HVAC struggling to keep up? We'll bring the climate back under control. So go to callnublue.com today. Go Pirates.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Did you know that GUC's electric rates are the lowest in Pitt County? GUC's average residential electric bill using 1,000 kilowatt hours per month with load management is $21 lower than the investor-owned utilities and $34 lower than the local co-ops. In fact, GUC's average electric bills are still $10 lower than they were 10 years ago. Low rates with high reliability. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
At United Bank, banking means more than financial solutions. It means rallying around the causes that are important to our customers, employees, and communities. While we have grown in size and presence, we have never forgotten our roots. By giving back to our local communities and funding business development, we help fuel economic growth. Our success is your success, because to us, this is home. Go Pirates! Bankwithunited.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Dr. Dixon from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
The arrival of fall also means the arrival of new clothing at Russell's. Hey, it's Rhonda, and we're gearing up for a new season. New color, new texture, new styles, and even a few new lines. Whether it's game day, school day, church day, or wedding day, we have you covered. It's all the quality clothing lines you've come to love and enjoy at prices you can afford. We're open 10 to 5 Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Alterations are provided and handled in-house. A clothing store to meet your every need. Russell's Clothing in historic downtown Washington.
Bostic Sugg Furniture's 87th anniversary sale is a pretty big deal, and so are the savings. Shop special anniversary savings on La-Z Boy, Bassett, and Maven. Best Serta, Helix, Ultra Comfort lift chairs, and more. Special savings on closeout accessories. Framed art values to $350, now $69. Buy any table lamp, get a matching one free. And in celebration of our founding in 1937, get local delivery for $19.37 during the 87th anniversary sale at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
How's everybody doing?
My God! Don't give me that Homer. You know that. No.
Hey! I heard you say that, and I would have to agree with you, to be honest.
Wait, what?
You agree with me? I agree.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Clip that, Shirley.
Claude Lemieux, he is the brother of this famous hockey player.
Pepe Le Pew.
Tony Dunn, you will not be making the Pirate Radio Live Open at this time.
It was just such a fresh of breath air.
Well said, Sean.
I can't even feel my head. Somebody got a big old head that wears these things.
That would be me. Jamie, I have a gourd, son. I sit there every day.
That's a tater right there.
That's all. I love y'all, man. Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Super Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930 online, PR927FM.com. And the show is also available for you to watch on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube and on Facebook Live. Come hang out with us. Give us a like, a subscribe. Check out this show, The Brian Bailey Show, The Holton Naylor Show, The Greg Hudson Show. New episode of that coming up very soon. And all of our great ECU football coverage. Today, we heard from the players, Elijah Morris and Parker Moore. Got those interviews on YouTube. Yesterday, we heard from Mike Houston. On Wednesday, we'll hear from the coordinators and your one-stop shop for all things ECU football right there on Pirate Radio TV. We got a packed house today with the interns here. Brett is back. Shirley said, Brett, I figured you'd be decked out in all Mets gear. He said it's an off day. So I'm assuming if they had a game today, he'd be in full uniform, spikes, elbow guard, everything. He's fired up after the Mets' victory on Monday, tying that series up at 1 game apiece. We got Zach here. We got Delaney getting bullied by everybody. Kind of a sad start to the show for her today. So we need to pick her back up so we can break her back down again. Shirley Rhodes is here. Left side.
Strong side.
Chandler Honeycutt's here. Hey, John.
Hey, Clipper. Happy Tuesday.
And Coach Mack is back, head of the table. Hello, Coach Mack.
Hello, guys, gals.
Hey, Coach.
We got the Mully man at 4 o'clock. We got Bryce Williams at 5. And the biggest news of the day, we got Chandler Honeycutt taking over the show.
Yes, sir.
Halfway through.
Can't wait. 4:30. I'm taking over.
No way.
That.
Because as proud as I am of Chandler and him being a former Beta Clubber, my own blood, my daughter being inducted, and got to go to that ceremony today, John.
Make sure you tell her, hey, Beta up!
So I'm leaving one genius to go see another one. Shout out Beta Clubbers out there.
Beta! Just give her one of those for me.
What a...
I know the Beta folks are proud.
What a sad country we live in where we praise the Beta Club. What about the Alpha Club? That's a good tweet. Remind me to tweet that one later. All right, Mac, we got college football to talk about. I don't know if we're going to have time. Maybe we'll do this tomorrow, Sean. But we got to have an NFL segment at some point because we've got trades. Devontae Adams to the Jets. Amari Cooper to the Bills.
Didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's breaking news to me, but I did see that Tay is reuniting with Aaron Rodgers.
You call him Tay?
Yeah.
All right. Are y'all friends?
Now, if Aaron Rodgers can just throw a pass to hook up with him again.
There you go.
Yeah, and not be on his tail. And not have a penalty on the play. Good grief. A flag fest last night in the Bills' victory over the Jets. But also Jerry Jones is going after radio folks. That's fun.
And going after their job?
You radio folks got to ask better questions.
And I asked a question today, Mac, an uncomfortable question.
I would consider it tough.
Was this a tough question, Sean?
When you asked it, I don't think you saw me, but I was sitting there going, ooh.
Well, you were holding the camera. Was the camera shaking? It was like, oh.
Oh, my goodness.
And we'll bring up the topic quickly with Mac. Shirley, do you have the Elijah Morris from earlier today? I asked Elijah about the quitting allegations. Charlotte players said that they saw ECU players quit a couple of Saturdays ago. I said, Elijah, you're a proud Pirate. You care about this deeply. What are your comments on that allegation?
You know, I can't speak on that, but I will say what we put on film, that wasn't us. And, you know, we got to own it. We take ownership of it as a defense, as an offense, as a team. And, you know, this last week we spent cleaning up our mistakes, taking ownership, taking leadership, taking the coaching, and, you know, just preparing for this week.
All right. So did he say without saying that
that's what I took?
There was some ugly stuff on tape from the ECU side of things against Charlotte? That's what it sounded like to me.
Well, did he answer your question?
He did not directly.
Without answering it.
Did he answer it without answering it?
I think so.
Yes.
I think so.
And there was an admission there.
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was this the tough question you were asking about?
Yes.
Or you were talking about?
Sorry, Mac. Was that not tough enough for you?
No, it was fine.
I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
That's what Elijah should have said.
That's what he said off the record.
We were talking yesterday about tough questions, Mac, and Ellerby said, ask Mac the toughest question he received as a coach. I don't know if you remember that specifically, but did any reporters go after you? And not even go after you, but ask a tough question.
And did you go after them?
I don't know. I was pretty...
Because we're easy around here.
I was pretty friendly with the media. I was pretty honest with them, and I think I've told you the thing. I'm gonna not answer your question. Pat Dye did an interesting thing. Have I told you this?
Tell me again.
With media. And, of course, there was not talk radio, and there certainly wasn't social media. It was different. It was all newspaper kind of thing. And he never read the newspaper. But he had his secretary cut out every article about Auburn and put it in a positive folder or a negative folder under, everybody's name. And at the end of the year, if one was kind of bigger than the other one, if the negative was bigger than the other one, he would meet with that reporter one-on-one and just ask him, what's going on, why are you being negative with us and that kind of thing. And that's how he handled it. He ignored it, but he did keep up with it.
Yeah, and I guess there are some people that are out to get someone to promote themselves or whatever. But I mean, I know around here, like, we're all ECU alums. Like, we want them to do well. So we're biased as hell. But when we criticize, it's because they stink or they're not getting it done. It's not because we want them to fail type of thing. I don't know. But anyway, I like the position we're in because I can say that we're biased, that we want them to win. But sometimes, like, I feel like Pirate Radio is the bad guy because we do our call-in show and our best numbers are when ECU loses and loses spectacularly to Charlotte.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's unfortunate.
Because ratings are important.
Yeah, but, like, it's dependent upon what the team does.
Yeah.
They control that. We're here every game regardless.
We want to have more situations, which is going to be hard going forward with the scheduling, but when you put up 70 against Carolina, 70-41, you get the win and you get a bunch of calls.
We had 70 calls.
Yeah.
So it could go either way with that. Real quick, chat gang check in. Jerry says hello. Jamie says, hey now. Steve says, hey yo. Steve says,
hey now. Hey yo.
Coach Irvin Myers.
Irvin Meyer.
Coach Irvin Myers.
Thank you. Derek says, welcome to the chat. PJ says, how do y'all do? Skip says, hey. Chad says, bang, bang, chat gang. Austin said, been a while since we got a Chon solo hosting show. Looking forward to that.
And here is that.
That was the last time Chon took over.
Well, talking about you grew up here a little bit. Talk about the transition over to East Carolina. Talk about the recruiting process. So talk about the recruiting process. Talk about maybe some of the camps you went to. So talk about those camps. Talking about talk about a little bit.
Talking about we're going to be talking about the bye week with Bryce Williams.
All right. Jerry says Brian Bailey needs to ask Jerry Jones the tough questions. Maybe so.
Seriously, y'all got to shut up.
Sorry, Bailey. Jamie says, I bet they don't come with any homer crap to Coach Mack.
Did Pete Rose ask you a tough question when you were on Media Row?
Not even a little bit. He had no idea who I was.
Jamie says he's ready for some Indiana-Nebraska talk. Well, let's see if they made my notes, Jamie. Let's get to the Week 7 roundup. Coach Mack, we had 4 headliners. 3 of the 4 lived up to the hype. One of them was a blowout, and on paper it was supposed to be a blowout, but Red River rivalry could go either way in a year. It went like it should have, I guess, with Texas just being the superior team. But the other 3, you had USC Penn State. It went to overtime. Because I think Lincoln Riley maybe went to the bathroom and got trapped in the bathroom late in the fourth quarter. Did you watch the end of that game?
I did.
Were you wondering what the hell was going on when they were sitting on the ball?
I was perplexed, but I did think he had an interesting point to make.
Okay.
He did not want to score and give Penn State another possession, or give the ball up and give Penn State another possession. I thought it was a great game. I thought Southern Cal played really well. Thought Penn State played really well. But I've never seen anybody play like the tight end Warren for Penn State.
Goodness.
I mean, he played 5 different positions. He snapped the ball. He caught a touchdown. He caught 17 passes. He was targeted 20 times. The guy threw 43 passes. 20 of them were to Warren. He even threw a pass. That was incredible.
He was awesome. And he's not like Gronk like huge athletic tight end or whatever. I mean, he's just a football player.
He made some athletic plays.
No, he did.
I mean, he wasn't even open on the touchdown catch where he played center. He was not open, but he high pointed that ball and went and got it.
I like when teams target their best guy and find different ways to get him the ball. Who did their offensive coordinator come from somewhere?
Kansas. He's really good.
Yeah,
really good. And
Kansas is missing him, and they are dialing it up right now, getting that man the football. That was fun to watch.
That said, they're still not the number 3 team in the country. They might deserve to be ranked number 3, but there's no way in heck they're the number 3 team in the country.
All right. Well, while we're on the topic, let's say who is number 3 in the country. Is Texas number 1?
Oh, yeah.
Is Oregon number 2?
Yeah.
Oregon, we'll get to that in a moment. So if Penn State's not 3, do you put Ohio State, Georgia? You're not going to put Miami there. Is there a number 3 team in the country?
Maybe not.
It feels like a big drop-off now that I'm looking at Miami, Alabama, LSU, Iowa State, Clemson. I'm not putting any of those teams up there.
But Penn State, I mean, head-to-head, who is Penn State favored in that group? Favored against in that
Not
group?
Against Ohio State, not against Georgia, probably against Miami.
Maybe, depending on where the game was.
Probably not against Bama.
No. Nope.
Maybe LSU.
Maybe.
Yep.
Not at LSU, though.
But I think we just figured out that it is a giant jumble.
Yes.
Maybe after the top 2 right now.
And maybe it'll be even worse next week.
Yeah, we got some more headliners to get to. All right, so Ohio State, Oregon. Oregon, are they like an NBA team where they just kind of go through the motions and then when the playoffs, like big games, whatever, they turn the switch on? Because they have not been impressive at all this year. And then the other night, they got receivers running free. Gabriel's hitting them all over the field. Like, they looked awesome offensively and did enough defensively to get that win over Ohio State.
But I think all these teams are going through the same thing. When you add a bunch of new pieces, it takes you a little while, and you know, they had a little tough test, especially with Boise right off the bat in the second game. But and that's looking like a more reasonable game all the time. But I think it just takes teams a little bit of time, and some people get acclimated a little bit quicker, and some take a little bit.
I was, again, shocked at Lincoln Riley just 3 timeouts in the pocket, and with 14 seconds left, they have the ball at like the 46-yard line, and they throw the interception, lose it in overtime. But then later on that night, you've got Will Howard running down the middle of the field, slides down, game's over.
What are you doing?
Just, situational awareness at that point. But, again, another great game. Lived up to the hype.
And that's second, you had your boy Nico running out of bounds the week before against Arkansas on the last play of the game, with no chance, just runs right on out of bounds with the clock at 0. And Howard, got, hey, big time game. Great game. Both teams played good. I don't feel either one of them are less worthy of the rankings than I did a week ago.
I wonder, and Ohio State would still have their chance maybe to get back in it, but now with the expanded playoff, like that game almost doesn't matter.
None of them do.
Yeah.
No, that's the downside.
I don't even want to say it as a negative or a down, because I love watching the game.
Yeah, well, it may be a plus. It may be a positive in the big picture.
Yeah, but it was fun to watch. I sound like Neil Brown right now. We'll get to that in a moment. And then the other, LSU and Ole Miss.
And they don't lead at all the entire game and win the game.
They score late. They get the big stop in overtime, and then, boom, first play. Former Pirate Joe Sloan.
Shout out Joe Sloan.
Draws it up, the offensive coordinator of the Tigers.
Went deep on the first play in overtime.
Hit a touchdown on a jump ball, and they walk out of there a winner. And what is that, 2 in a row for Ole Miss in the losers column?
Yeah, well, 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Yeah.
But that was
that may eliminate them. I mean, they've got Georgia. They've got some games they can lose, and that they and Penn State were the poster child for the playoff, the extended playoff. They were the ones that were supposed to benefit, and already one of them is probably eliminated. Although they could beat Georgia at home, I guess.
where there was a few teams living on the edge on Saturday, Mac. Alabama against South Carolina.
How about that? Oh, yeah, let me talk about that. Joe Tessitore, at the end of the game, after both teams have vomited the entire fourth quarter, just threw up all over themselves, says, how great is the SEC? He exclaims that right after the game. I couldn't even believe he said it.
Did you see my tweet on Saturday? I hope you did.
What? I must not have.
You didn't see my Joe Tessitore tweet?
No.
Okay. Do you think I said I love Joe Tessitore?
Well, you might, because a lot of people do.
I said, I can't quite put my finger on it, but I'm just not a fan of Joe Tessitore calling a game. This was like in the second or third quarter.
Well, he's doing the WWF or something like that. That's where he'll be really good.
He gets so excited.
But is he, though?
But every play in a game is not the bottom of the ninth.
It feels very phony to me.
He gets excited. I think I texted my buddy about this, not even about this past weekend. There was one game where I was like, dude, he's getting excited about a first down in the second quarter.
And while
like 8 minutes to go.
Alabama, South Carolina was extremely exciting. There were some great big plays, but it was not a well-played football game by either team. And his first comment after the game is, how great is the SEC?
Saturday in the SEC.
You talked about some homer blank.
Now,
I said I can't quite put my finger on it. Not a fan of Joe Tessitore. Brian responded and said, I think he's pretty good. He's also a lot better at calling Monday Night Raw than I thought he would be.
Jeez,
and I said,
he's built for that.
It sounds like fake enthusiasm. Maybe I would like him more on Raw than I would a football game. So
he was on Monday Night Football.
And you know what? At that time, I remember saying that he just didn't have a big game voice feel to me. Which also, that came up when I was watching NBC Saturday night, Oregon, Ohio State. Just the broadcast, the sound did not sound like a number 2 versus number 3 game. I needed Keith Jackson or Vern or Nestler or something. I don't even know who was calling the game.
Yeah,
on NBC.
Yeah. They, if I hadn't seen him before the game, I would not know. But then you had a guy like Marty Smith, NASCAR/football guy.
I saw that.
He praised the heck. He said everything that happened in the Alabama-South Carolina game, they were a play ahead. They called it before it happened every single time. They were great. Of course,
which is fine.
You have to consider the source there too.
I think. Hey, look. Some people like waffles. Some people like pancakes. I like them both. That was just a fat admission. That was all that was. All right, Joe Tess. So there you go. Headline. So Tennessee, Bama, and Georgia all win, and unimpressively. And I don't even know if that matters. You know, you just need to just get the W and move on to the next one.
No,
do you need style points?
It may not matter. No, I don't think you need to. As long as you win, I don't think it matters. But it does matter in our impression of them and our evaluation of them going forward.
Continue. Chandler.
Continue.
I'm going to talk about.
Explain.
I'm going to talk about.
Talk about it a little bit for sure.
Chandler, when I'm pouring a drink, you got to step up.
I thought he was about to explain his reasoning.
You thought he was doing a long Jim Rome pause?
Yeah.
No, he was done. He put a period on it.
Yeah.
I'm about to do the thing.
All right.
What led into you saying that?
That's a great question. Coach, how do you answer that?
Anytime somebody says that's a great question, that means they're trying to think of the answer.
Clemson continues to roll. Mack, there are 4 college football teams that did not go into the transfer portal. Clemson, Army, Navy, Air Force. 3 of those teams are in the top 25.
Isn't that,
Speak on that.
Does that send a message? Everybody else is doing it wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How many will be there at the end of the year? That's the question.
1.
Yeah, 1 is not. 1 is the right answer.
Probably 1.
Yeah, it would be a great story if it were more than 1, but it won't be more than 1.
And there are a group of 6-0 teams out there. They include Pitt, BYU, Indiana. You like any of those? Any staying power there?
No, I'm not sure there's staying power with BYU or Pitt, although they've both been impressive. But Indiana has a chance to keep going. Their schedule was favorable, and if you pick a team because of their schedule, you're probably going to get a loss that you didn't count on.
Yep.
But they're in pretty good shape as long as they. They got to get by this week, and then of course they got to go to Ohio State, which will be might be the end of that road.
All right, Clips Outsiders top 5. Zach will get you in here for the first time this year. No change. I've got no change in my top 5. I got Boise State, Army, Navy, Tulane, UL Monroe. UL Monroe won again. Zach, who am I leaving out? Am I leaving out?
UNLV makes the case because you took them out, right?
UNLV out with their loss to Cuse. Liberty has yet to be in.
And I'm fine with that. They don't deserve it.
Okay.
UNLV still getting a vote?
Are they 6 for you, I guess, theoretically?
I don't even go that far.
Okay.
Memphis has never been in. Actually, they might have been in early. James Madison has been in. They got knocked out by UL Monroe, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
Memphis was definitely in the top 25. They beat Florida State.
I'm talking about, I don't care about other polls. I care about my poll.
That's right. That's the only one that matters.
Only one.
So, all right, Zach. Anybody else I should watch out for?
For now, that's everybody.
Okay. Fair enough. Coach Mack, complaints, comments,
No,
concerns?
I don't have any complaints. I think you can make a case for UNLV for sure. I probably would, but these folks have deserved it. They've earned it, and we need Clips Outsiders top 5 to be sponsored.
We do. We need more headlines out there about it. We need it sponsored. Chon?
I can make it work.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. One other school that is, I think I might have mentioned them last week. North Texas is getting there.
Yeah.
Their only loss is Texas Tech.
I will grant you that, and I've got them on the keep an eye.
Texas Tech is 5-1, so not a bad loss.
I'm putting them under the old microscope.
Okay.
As we go to break, let's look at tonight's slate of games in college football. There are 3
Tuesday night games. Holy cow!
3 opportunities to watch football tonight.
That first one's disgusting.
Troy,
the degenerate gamblers are excited.
That we are. Troy at USA. Troy at South Alabama. 0-5 Kennesaw State at 1-5 Middle Tennessee. And Louisiana Tech at New Mexico State. Every team playing tonight has a losing record. Enjoy.
Fires me up.
Your Tuesday night football. We'll take a break. We'll come back more with Coach Mack. We'll talk about some headliners, some outsiders games to watch, some conference matchups, and a couple of tidbits as well. We roll on hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arr!
Pirate Water Wicked Tea is here. Set sail for the next Pirate Water adventure. Barstool's best drink is back with delicious Wicked Tea. A strong, smooth, uncarbonated brew flavor with hints of lemon. It's the toughest tea to take on the high seas. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find the new Pirate Water Wicked Tea in a location near you.
We're going Plankton!
21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Slow ruins everything, so why not pay less for fast? U.S. Cellular's home internet gives you the speed you need for just $39.99 per month when bundled with a wireless plan with a 3-year price lock guarantee. Get fast 5G home internet made simple. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find a store near you. We go beyond the call.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville is excited for Ram Power Days in October. Oh yeah, East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep has new rebates on remaining 2024 trucks, and these are the best savings we've seen all year. Right now, you'll get 15% off on remaining 2024 Ram trucks. That's 15% off Ram 1500s, which will save you over $12,000 if you act now. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep also has the Jeep Gladiator at 10% off. And if you're thinking about a Wagoneer, now's the time because you can buy a new Wagoneer at 0% financing this month. Don't wait because these trucks will go fast and these savings are only for a limited time. That's 15% off Ram 1500 and 10% off Jeep Gladiator.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cockerell in Greenville. Come see us!
Offers do not include tax, tags, and $7.99 admin fee. See dealer for details.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, this is State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer right here in Greenville. We can switch your auto and home insurance so you can start saving today. My team and I are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Timothy Sawyer State Farm, it's easy to switch and save. Just give us a call, 493-0002. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is Captain Bo Brooks of Power Water Outfitters. When you're catching fish on the Pamlico, come to our place and pick up your Smithy cast ironware that'll sear your fish to perfection. We also have men's outdoor clothing, marshwear, Grundens, Duck Camp, and AFCO. We carry Bahia sunglasses and have all different selections of those. We are a fully functional fly shop where you can chase fish on the fly. We are Pirate Water Outfitters, 108 North Market Street, downtown Washington, North Carolina. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Go Pirates.
What's up, sandwich heads? Today on Steve-O's Sandwich Reviews, we've got the tips and tricks to the best sandwich order. And it all starts with this little guy right here. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Partial to pastrami, craving a Cubano. Yeah, sounds delicious, but boom! Add the crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar and cue the fireworks. Lunch, dinner, or late night, it'll be a sandwich worth celebrating. Trust me, your boy's eaten a lot of sandwiches in his day, and the one thing I can say with absolute fact... every bite is better with Pepsi.
This is retired ECU baseball player Charlie Yorgan, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. Shop their entire inventory online at brownwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Pirate Radio is excited to announce that Inky Johnson will be the 2025 Leadership Luncheon Speaker on Monday, March 17th. Inky Johnson is one of the most highly sought-after speakers in the world. Some of his clients include Chick-fil-A, State Farm, AT&T, the University of Alabama, the University of Texas, New York Knicks, New England Patriots, Baltimore Ravens, and Atlanta Braves. For sponsorship information, please contact Mark Alexander at 252-327-2173 or Mark at pirateradio1250.com. Now back inside to PRL. Here's Clip.
Hey, Zach. Thank you. Brett. I'm trained to talk.
I tried to switch it up. I don't know.
I'm trained to talk after my name is said. If my name's not said, I can't say anything.
I'm going to say here's Sean next time, see what happens.
Yeah, right. Do you have his treat? He's trained to talk. That's how we got him to talk.
They used to put a little biscuit on my nose. Oh, we got Zach. We got Brett. We got Delaney. Shirley Rhodes here. Brett, an off day, so he's chilling today. Brett, how you feeling, man? Got to be feeling good.
The Mets.
Feeling great.
Who's throwing Game 3?
I don't even know if that's out yet.
All
Probably Severino,
All right.
who does give up some runs, but the Mets tend to rally around him with the offensive bats. So I'm excited.
What's your hat say?
New Jersey.
Oh, okay. I couldn't read the new part. I thought it said something else. Jersey.
Would the nation be excited for a Subway Series?
I think so.
You're asking the wrong guy.
No, I know. We know he would be, and we know his opinion is that it would be.
I want to face the Yankees. I think they're easier than the Indians, Guardians.
Ooh, that's a take.
Well, Garrett Cole's ERA against the Mets is a 7, or like a 7.99. So that's an auto win. We steal that from them in the Bronx, and then they got to come play us.
All right, you got a lot of work to do before then, but I like how you're thinking.
We're thinking ahead here.
To answer your question, Mac, as a guy that hates both teams, I do remember the spectacle that it was in 1999. Was that the year it happened? Clemens and Piazza. I remember Piazza. I want to say the series ended 2000 on a long Piazza out to center field that almost looked like a dramatic home run. But again, I don't know if I'm watching any World Series, but I would be somewhat interested in that.
Yeah, I would.
As far as like,
yeah, I can't name any player outside of Judge, but yeah.
John, as you yawn listening to this conversation, how do you feel about the topic?
I don't know. I think I have been watching baseball, but it's more of a betting thing. If it is a Subway Series, then I definitely will be interested in that.
Especially as a New York guy.
Yeah, I'll be in New York. Hey, would you be mad if I went to Game 5 this weekend?
Well, I was going to go, and...
Were you really?
I couldn't find a way home. I didn't want to drive. The flights were too expensive, and then so I decided I will go home for the World Series. So that will either be Game 3, 4, or 5.
Man, that would be pretty cool. John's going to the big city, Coach Mack.
No, he's not. He's going to Westchester. That's not the big city.
Oh, okay.
But I am going
John's
to the big
going
city.
to Westchester.
It's his hope to go to the city.
I am going to the city.
Yeah.
It's part of the plans.
Westchester and West Point.
John, do you need
He's
a Mets
going to
jersey?
New York City.
He does not
think he's going.
All right. First time I go to New York City. I'm going on a recruiting trip. I got my wife with me, Jean. We're there for 2 weeks. We're staying in Paterson, New Jersey.
2 weeks?
2 weeks. And I'm going all over. Long Island, into the city, all over New Jersey. Pascack Hills, all these great New Jersey places. So the last day we decided we've gone through the city, but we haven't stopped anywhere except we did go to the Bronx, we did go to Queens, but we didn't go into Manhattan. So we decided we need to do this, the two of us. From, we're bumpkins. We're absolutely country bumpkins. So we decided probably the best way to do this is a Gray Line tour because we don't know where we're going. We can't just do it ourselves. So we get in there and we go to the Gray Line tour downtown, go to the station, and they've got, this is way back. Now, this is 1970s, so the prices are a little different. So there's a $20 tour and a $40 tour and a $60 tour. And we're thinking, okay, we're bumpkins, but we can't go the $20 tour.
Can't go that route.
But we don't have enough money to go to the $60 tour. So we're going to the $40 tour.
Yeah.
So a bus pulls up, and they said, everyone with the ticket, get on the bus. So we get on the bus takes off. And he said, the driver says, you may have noticed, some of you paid $20 for this tour. Some of you paid $40 for this tour. Some of you paid $60 for this tour. Welcome to New York.
So y'all didn't get royally screwed, just kind of screwed. You're out of 20. That's pretty funny, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, they did actually let us off at different places, but at that moment, we were all looking at each other like, what the heck?
Yeah, they got us dumb Southerners. That's pretty funny. All right, back to the college football. Where did we leave off? Oh, headliners this week. This is very intriguing because one of Alabama, Tennessee is going to have 2 losses come Saturday night. Georgia could have 2 losses, or we could kind of change the whole narrative of the season. Right now, Texas is the big, bad, undefeated team at the top. Everybody else under them, as far as Georgia, Bama, Tennessee, has a loss. So, Coach Mack, I'm fascinated to see, and we still got to wait till the end of this thing. It's a new experiment. What does a 2-loss Georgia look like come seeding time? Are they in? Are they out? If they're in, where are they seated? Same with 2-loss Bama, 2-loss Tennessee. So I'm fascinated by that, and we won't know for a while, but these are huge games coming up for these teams this weekend.
Yeah, and I think any of these teams with 2 losses get in, but it's set up for somebody to have 3. Georgia's got to go play Ole Miss. Georgia's got to play Tennessee. Obviously, Georgia and Texas, happening on Saturday. Go ahead.
How much does the conference championship game matter as well? If one of those teams in it has 2 losses and they pick up a third, like that knocks them out, right?
I think a third does.
Even if it's an extra game, a bonus game.
Yeah.
So like you got to factor that in too.
Yeah, and of course we've always thought that there was always that chance in a championship game where you lose your best chance to get in, especially when there was a smaller field. But with 12, it may be different. But
okay, so 2-loss Georgia plays Texas in the SEC championship. Alabama does not get in the SEC championship. They have 2 losses. Georgia loses in the championship. They now have 3.
Head-to-head?
There's a head-to-head factor. So Bama goes over Georgia, who Bama didn't make. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be so fun to read message boards and to see angry fans when all this stuff.
Not a question. And the thing that makes it crazier is the uneven schedules.
Right, yeah. Here's who we played. Here's who you played. Any thoughts on the games themselves?
Well, I don't.
What if I want to take Georgia at Texas? What would you tell me?
Go for it.
Okay, go for it. You going with me?
I am.
You coming with me?
I am.
This is the $40 tour.
This is a top 10 pick, though. This is the top 10 loss.
Okay. All right. I like it. I just don't believe right now.
I'm rooting for chaos more than making a brain pick here.
Correct. I'm with you there. Any thoughts on Bama, Tennessee? What is Bama?
That's a good question. They haven't defended anybody for like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quarters. They haven't just played any defense. And Tennessee hadn't played any offense for 3 games. So something's going to change. The fact that it's at Tennessee, probably I give a little bit of an edge to Tennessee, although I think Alabama's a more complete team.
Man,
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how much do you factor in home field advantage in these 2 games here? If you're taking Georgia, then not too much.
Yeah, I mean, Texas is a tough place to play. So is Tennessee. But at this point, they've all played in those kind of atmospheres.
Yeah. All right, Sean, any thoughts on the headliners?
Well, the only thing I know is when I look at the Alabama at Tennessee matchup, I think about the guts that I showed a couple of years ago when I put the boys on the table and took Tennessee to beat Alabama, which they did. And I feel like, which is kind of weird to say, but if I was to take Tennessee, I wouldn't feel as big and bad as I did a couple of years ago because I don't know, Alabama doesn't seem they're not as dominant as they've been in the past. And I mean, they let South Carolina hang around the other day, and they're lucky to actually get that win at home the other day. So, I don't know. We'll see if I choose Tennessee coming up with our top 10, top 25 picks. But
how crazy would it be for Alabama to lose to Vandy but beat Tennessee both on the road?
Yeah, 2 games in the state.
How much could you have won with that little quinella?
Alabama's best offense, watching them on Saturday, and it's not a bad option, but is Jalen Milroe running the football with the guard pulling like a kind of a high school offense. And he's big enough where he can take hits and everything, but I just feel like that comes to an end at some point.
The old single wing.
Yeah. And, of course, they got Ryan Williams, and they have some weapons, but when they needed it, they basically did a Milroe run for 6 yards. That's their go-to.
Is there any way he can climb back into the Heisman race? Or
yes. Yeah, run the table. I have a list. I had a list of folks that I thought could maybe, get back in it. Right now, it looks like Gente and Travis Hunter, right? And those are two very unlikely guys.
Yeah.
But at this point,
non-quarterbacks.
But of course, how many chances are they going to have going forward?
Right.
Now, Boise may have more chances, but
And Colorado lost their second game.
But I think Beck could get back in it. I think Ewers could get back in it. I think Gabriel could get back in it. I think Milroe. And, should they continue to win, I don't know that Warren couldn't get in it just because of how unique he is for Penn State.
Has a tight end ever won the Heisman Trophy?
No.
I mean, back in like the 40s.
I mean, it took forever for a tight end to get in the NFL Hall of Fame. It took forever before they got one in.
Sounds like you're really upset about the lack of tight end awareness out there.
And I don't really care. But
Did you play tight end, Coach?
No.
All right, real quick, we'll run through the Outsiders games. I hate to group Army and Navy together. They are separate, but they're kind of in the same games to watch here. ECU and Army a big favorite. What's the line on Navy Charlotte? I'm guessing it's more than ECU Army. Give me
what is ECU Army?
Give me a line update on that. What do you think it is, Coach Mack?
Charlotte Navy is Navy minus 17.
Oh, okay. What's ECU Army, Coach Mack?
Wow. I don't really know. In Greenville.
It's not in Greenville.
I know. But I'm telling you, I'm just, I'm sitting here thinking I'm in Greenville, and, I know there's some optimism in Greenville.
And you've been to New York. You paid $40.
But, of course, Army's not in the city, dadgummit.
They are around, 14 now? 15?
It is 15. It started out as 18, and it dropped 3 points in a day.
That's more than I thought.
18 is too much.
That's more than I thought, yeah.
So I kind of grouped them together. Both of those teams favorites to win at home. Louisiana at Coastal Carolina. I put that up there because Louisiana has one loss right now, and we'll see what they do the rest of the way. James Madison still with just one loss, taking on Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern has a good record as well, and UNLV we talked about earlier at Oregon State. A couple of Outsiders games to watch.
Vegas really likes James Madison, 9.5-point favorites on the road.
Conference matchups. I put Western Kentucky at Sam Houston because it is a Wednesday game and both teams are undefeated in conference. So something to get excited about on a Wednesday.
Those schools are really honored to be a part.
Miami at Louisville. Good game, Coach Mack.
Big game.
Louisville.
Miami, a lot of folks think they've already got 2 losses, even though they are 6-0 or 7-0. They had 2 controversial wins, but Louisville just barely eked out a win at UVA in front of nobody.
Chandler, I need a line check on Miami at Louisville.
All right.
I need a line check immediately.
Miami at Louisville. Take a guess.
Miami minus 3.5.
4.5.
Meet in the middle, 4.
We're good, Coach Mike.
Meet in the middle. 4-point favorite is Miami on the road.
Here you go, Jamie. Nebraska at Indiana. Matt Rule and his team taking on the Hoosiers, trying to continue their special season, Coach Mike.
Yeah, this is one of the ones Indiana has to get over the hump. Of course, they're playing with so much confidence right now. Nebraska's still trying to figure out if they're going to, be that team that kind of breaks through and can win on the road. But huge game. I'd love to watch this game.
Michigan at Illinois. A couple of fringe teams that are just barely in the top 25. Somebody earlier, I think it was Jamie, said LSU at Arkansas has upset potential. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Might pick it.
LSU did not play that great. Got the win last week. Probably feeling good about themselves. They could easily get upset at Arkansas. What was the over on Michigan, Illinois? It's got to be like 40.
It is 43.5.
Yeah,
good call.
Yeah, okay.
And I put K-State at West Virginia up there as well.
Well, they always have fun there at West Virginia.
So, real quick, Neil Brown.
Nice segue.
It was beautiful. I just kind of look at, all right, if this was said by an ECU coach, how would folks tuned into this show respond? So, Neil Brown had some comments aimed at the frustrated West Virginia fan base after their loss to undefeated Iowa State. West Virginia 3-3 now. He's talking about another big primetime game at home coming up Saturday. He said, quote, I get they want to win, but what I would say is, did they have a good time? Did they enjoy it? I know it was a pretty good atmosphere. You know, I'm assuming they probably had good time tailgating. So if they're in the deal for enjoyment, then I would come back. I looked at the weather. It's going to be nice again. It's a night game. We need them to provide a home field advantage. So Neil Brown.
Did you have a good time? We lost 50-0.
Look,
Did you have a good time?
I smelled it, the food y'all were cooking. That had to be a good tailgate. You can't tell me you didn't enjoy a good meal.
What do you guys have, brats? I could have swore I smelled brats.
So Neil Brown says, "Hey, it ain't always about the destination. Sometimes you got to enjoy the journey. Come on out and enjoy the tailgate."
I think Neil Brown should ask if the fans had a good time after every single loss, every single game, win or lose.
I don't hate this, but again, if this was like Mike Houston saying,
what's the point he's trying to make here?
I don't know. It's probably not a good point. Yeah.
I don't get the point he's trying to make. Is he trying to get? He's just trying to get them to come back.
Maybe the question was like, Coach, you just kind of had a big opportunity on a night game. You know, what do you say to those fans that showed up and you lost, and now you got another one? You're trying to get people out here. He's saying, hey, come tailgate. It was a great time. Enjoy yourself.
I think it'd have been a more effective message had he just praised the fans.
Okay.
Thank you for coming out.
King of the segue, Mack McCarthy. Boo Corrigan, NC State athletic director.
You do you, Boo.
Did just that.
When you leave, Coach, be well.
That was my favorite part of the Boo Corrigan email. He says, thank you. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you. And then he said, be well, Boo Corrigan. Which made it sound very insincere to me. I don't know why he ended it like that.
Yeah. It sounds like he just went, be well.
And you know they had a lot of opinions on that. You know, the last words, "be well." That's not a great way to end it.
No,
you know, the rest of it though, I can buy.
Thank you. We need to take a break. When we come back, I'll ask you: should athletic directors send out any kind of message at all when a team is struggling, like NC State, like East Carolina, or should they just stay silent? And we'll do our top 10 and top 25 picks. And I wish Jarrett was here. Every time I bet on NASCAR, I always want like I've had a guy come in second a few times, and I'm like, all right, post race, come on, give me a screw in the wrong place or something. Well, it happened this week.
Yes,
the winner of the race did not win the race.
Not just for the race, the playoffs.
We'll talk about that too when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after this. The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in ENC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kid Scene.
Y'all come get bucked
You
up.
want subs made with high-quality meats and cheeses? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want high-quality radio ideas? You go to me. Like this. I'm an astronaut on a mission to find water on the moon. But because I'm a genius, I realize that what humanity actually needs in space is high-quality meats and cheeses from Jersey Mike's. Now to figure out how to remove the helmet and eat the sub without my head exploding. Here goes nothing. Always high-quality meats and cheeses. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Get ready, Greenville. ECU's Homecoming Free Boot Friday is happening October 25th, and it's going to be epic. We're bringing in award-winning country music superstar Rodney Atkins.
Caught up in the country, the only way I want to be.
And the best news is, it's all free. It's Rodney Atkins at ECU's Homecoming Free Boot Friday. We kick off the party at 5:30, so bring your friends and get ready to have a good time. October 25th, presented by the Downtown Greenville Partnership and ECU's Homecoming Committee.
Opportunities await for all students in Pitt County schools. We open doors by finding pathways to provide the best possible chance of success for each to reach their career aspirations of choice. As we head through the 2024-25 school year, we will continue to guide our students for the different journeys of life preparedness. We are committed to enhancing academic achievement and developing personal growth through work-based learning of our many career and technical education programs, college readiness, and saluting those who will be serving our country in the armed forces. Engaging, empowering, and elevating students to be successful citizens, workers, and leaders in a global economy remains our mission. Please visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org to learn how we grow minds and invest in our future through 38 schools and one community. Education, the key that unlocks doors of opportunity.
This is Holton Naylors for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30-plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. ansonbelt.com, over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holton Naylor Show.
Big game season is here, and I'm not just talking about Pirate football. Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. We're ready to blast the cannons in the stands and the fields. You know what I mean. Get ready with us. Take your pick from the largest selection in Eastern NC. Grab a rifle on a scope, and we'll mount and bore sight it for you. Don't forget Springfield's Gear Up promo. Buy a 2020 Waypoint, get a 2020 Rimfire Target rifle for free. Stay tuned in weekly as we shoot through fall with the best deals around. Shop online or stop by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
There have been many changes in the automotive world. At Phelps Chevrolet, the Phelps boys are here to take care of you. Mike, Daryl, and 4 of Mr. Phelps' grandsons, Wade, West, Allen, and Clay. You see, things at Phelps remain the same. The Phelps team has served Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. We make your visit easy and fun. We are your neighbors, and that's what neighbors do. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Like Mr. Phelps' great-granddaughter says, come in and get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet at phelpschevrolet.com.
Pirate Radio. We are the local station you love. Anytime, anywhere. On air and on digital. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Caleb Stroud of Stroud's Marine grew up on the water and has loved boating his entire life. That's why in 2012 he decided to give back to the marine community by creating a way for boaters to order pre-owned, salvage marine parts online. Stroud Marine was born to offer incredible prices and unparalleled customer service. Their mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Visit stroudsmarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts. Michaels and Gateway Family and Cosmetic Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. Their mission is to provide exceptional dental care and compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michael and Gateway can handle all your dental needs, including cleanings, crowns and fillings, sedation dentistry, and cosmetic needs such as braces and implants. Visit them at 2330 Hemby Lane in Greenville or call 752-1600. Bring your smile to us at Michaels and Gateway Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Now back inside the PRL, here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you. We got to go real quick. Last week, I went 0-2 in our top 10, top 25 picks. I had Oregon losing. Wrong. I had Kansas State losing. I did change my mind on that Saturday night, but last Tuesday, I had K-State losing to Colorado, so I went 0-2. I'm 7-7 on the year. Coach Mack goes 1-1. He had Oregon losing. Wrong. He had Oklahoma losing, and Texas took care of business there. John with a 1-1 week. He had Ole Miss losing to LSU, and you had K-State losing to Colorado. Question. I came up with this segment. Am I allowed to pick 2 top 10 teams to lose? rather than a top 10 and top 25?
I say yes.
Because
I say sure.
A top 10 team is in the top 25. So,
you had an argument ready in case we voted you down?
I did not really. That was going to be my only argument, that if you're in the top 10, you're in the top 25.
Yes, you are.
Well, I'm going to go with Miami to lose to Louisville, and I'm going to go with Texas to lose to Georgia. As my two teams this week.
I got Texas beating Georgia. I have Georgia Tech beating Notre Dame.
I'd like it more. Well, they've lost in South Bend too, so I don't hate that. All right, so you got Georgia and Notre Dame losing. Coach Mack.
I'm sampling a little bit of both of you. I've got Texas going down to create some chaos, and I've got Georgia Tech beating Notre Dame.
There you go. Coach Mack, what happened in the race?
Cheating. And if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
So who was trying too hard?
They were trying.
Who cheated?
Hendrick Motorsports. Not the first time they've been accused of cheating, but one of the few times they've gotten caught.
So who won the race originally?
Nobody knows. You're worried about the top 8. Larson dominated the race.
But so who got caught for the cheating?
Bowman.
Thank you. Okay.
Bowman.
Alex Bowman.
Yeah, he had a good finish, and he finished in the top 8 for the playoffs. And then they caught that he was cheating. So Logano, who got eliminated, is now in the top 8 going forward.
Wait, so the winner wasn't cheating?
No.
Oh, so they check everybody post-race inspection.
Everybody. Well, especially playoff time.
Gotcha. That's where my disconnect was.
Even if you finish bottom of the barrel?
No, they don't worry about you.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe top 10 in the race, they'll check your...
It's different in playoff time.
Right. If you have a chance to make it away. So Bowman did enough to move on, advance or whatever,
yes,
but then not so fast, my friend.
And a lot of people were happy because he has wrecked everybody in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
All right, there you go. How many races we got left?
3, and then the championship,
and then the final. All right, Coach Mack, fun time.
Always.
All right.
Love college football.
Yes,
Love
sir.
NASCAR.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll take a break, come back. When we return, we got the Mully Man. We got Chan Man taking over. We got Bryce Williams. We got our Fleet Feet rundown. We got a lot more coming your way on Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
IMAX is here with mind-blowing images and earth-shattering sound. Come experience the first IMAX theater in Eastern North Carolina, only at Golden Ticket Cinemas in Greenville. Crystal clear IMAX laser projection and precision sound come together to provide the ultimate movie experience. And as always, Golden Ticket Cinemas has unlimited popcorn and the best selection of concessions around. Book your tickets at gtcinemas.com and come experience the best in cinematic quality. IMAX, only at Golden Ticket Cinemas.
Need cash fast? National Finance Company is here to help. For over 50 years, National Finance Company has been the small loan specialist with loans from $1,000 to $5,000 with low payments to meet your budget. We're in the business of getting you the cash you need today. Apply online for a loan at one of our convenient branch offices and get your money as fast as today. It's easy. Get the cash you need. For extra cash, visit nfcmoney.com.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates.
The price is always right at Doug Henry of Greenville. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. This month, Doug Henry is giving back for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and with every vehicle purchased, they will donate $100 to Eastern North Carolina Cancer Services. Doug Henry of Greenville, right on the price, right on the corner. Go Pirates!
It's
spooky season, Greenville, and you know what that means. Time to grab your costume at Halloween Express. This is Lisa with Halloween Express, and we are now open for our 26th year in Greenville. We are located at 1400 Charles Boulevard on the corner of Charles Boulevard and 14th Street beside the Jolly Roger. We have Greenville's biggest selection of Halloween costumes for adults and kids. Halloween Express has everything you will need to make your Halloween frightening and fun. We are open 7 days a week. Halloween Express.
Public notice, Discount Master Furniture, Greenville, 1501 Evans Street. Everything must go up to 75% off. Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes, purple swivel chairs, ECU, $99. Desk chairs, $10. Queen mattresses, $199. Sofas, much more. Discount Master Furniture up to 75% off. 1501 Evans Street in Greenville, and I'll see you there!
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier restaurant and bourbon authority. Jefferson's, Basil Hayden, Woodford Reserve, and a Midwinter Night's Dram are just a few of the incredible bourbon options. The Rick House features the very best steaks and fresh, made-from-scratch pastas. The Rick House can host your corporate event or special parties in the 3,000-square-foot banquet hall. Join the Rick House for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for the wine tastings on the last Friday of every month. The Rick House.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Golden Ticket Cinemas is Greenville's newest movie theater and is open in the Greenville Grand location on Greenville Boulevard near the Cracker Barrel. And now IMAX is here. Catch a movie in Greenville's only IMAX theater with laser projection, precision sound, and a custom theater with stadium seating. And as always, unlimited popcorn. Get your movie tickets today at gtcinemas.com. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show in style at Golden Ticket Cinemas. Now back inside to your host, Clip Brock.
All right. Chandler, Zach is a big can't wait guy. He has told me as much many times on Twitter. He can't wait for a lot of things.
Can't wait.
What is something he can't wait for right now that he talked about during the break with me? It's kind of on the horizon.
ECU basketball.
You're close. You're almost too specific.
Yeah.
Basketball season.
College basketball season. Zach is a hoop head to the point where he said, have y'all talked about college basketball? I said, nah, not too much yet. And he said there's a great game opening night. Who's that matchup, Zach?
That's between Baylor and Gonzaga.
Oof. Ooh. And I said, okay, well, when is it? And he said
November 4th.
Yeah, probably a little too early to start previewing that one, right?
Yeah.
John?
I was going to say, let's talk about it, but we can wait till next week.
Zach, we got time. We can wait till the week after next week.
Yeah.
Or potentially the week after that.
Well, that's the game. Hold on.
But no, I like your excitement, and I look forward to talking college hoops with you.
I'll be the guy keeping you updated.
We won't talk about college basketball as a whole, but we will talk about ECU basketball in the last half hour of the 4 o'clock hour.
Yep.
And you know what, Zacharino? Once this ends, but once college basketball rolls around, I want to do every Tuesday. We'll do weekly. I'll make some notes, but I want you to bring a lot to the table as well.
I already have an Excel spreadsheet set up. You know me, so I'm prepared.
All right, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, we got Brett, we got Delaney, we got Shirley, we got ghost stories being told.
There's another one happening right now I'm missing.
Delaney, will you tell your ghost story on the air later today? Okay. Delaney has a ghost in her current living quarters, and she will tell the world about it. Coming up
she will
later
let us
on the
know
show.
if that ghost is paying rent. All right, that didn't work out too good. All right.
That's fine. Chandler, shoot your shot.
Maybe utilities? I don't know.
No, you got to move on. You got to get out of this.
No. Electricity?
No, you got to get out of this.
That is not the shot.
Water bill?
Oh, John. Oh, John Moody says, I miss the 24 hours hoops tip-off marathon.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
I
miss it.
What a disgusting display of amateurism and student athletes making these kids play at 3 a.m. That was awesome. That was great. Hey, now with NIL, we're paying them. They should be playing at all hours of every day. There should be a game on right now. Why is there not a college football game on right now?
I don't know. I have an ECU basketball stat I just want to slip in real quick here.
You want to wait until we talk ECU basketball?
No,
Clip maybe
can't.
should hear it. Clip, I can't wait.
He can't wait, dude. You don't understand. Zach can't wait for things.
All right, wait, what do you got?
So the Ken Palm ratings dropped the other day. Ken Palm's like one of the big metrics. If you look at it and you look at all of ECU's non-conference opponents, we are projected to only lose 2 games, and that includes our entire boardwalk battle. If we faced anybody in that tournament, we are supposed to beat them based off of that rating.
All right.
And that's wild to me.
I could not hide my eye roll there.
I don't blame you, because that's insane to me.
A lot of people are like, hey, man, what are we going to finish in conference? Can we, be top 4? Whatever. I care, but I don't care, because our record is so mid, as the kids say, by the time we get to conference play that, it doesn't matter.
It was as mid as it gets last year, 9-7.
Yeah, just and whatever in 4, whatever in 3. Like, we shouldn't have 3 or 4 losses going into conference play, as Zach just said. But odds are, and history shows, we're going to lose to some of these crap teams. So, I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, I had to look into. I'm like, what do they think? And we're rated above Charlotte, which is insane to me.
Yeah, Charlotte kicked our ass last year.
Twice. So, ratings, preseason ratings, they're weird.
They kicked our ass so bad the first game that our announcer didn't even show up to the second game.
I can't blame them.
I can't either. All right, I'm going to get to my chat with Mully, and I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to bid you adieu, Chon, and say good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, man.
You got a great team here.
I got a great supporting cast with the turns, with Churls. And
you got one person paying attention.
B-Dub.
Yep. And
coming up at 5 o'clock.
Bryce Williams will be here later on in the show. But here is my chat with Mike Mullis, who joins us on the Big Rock Power Sports Live line. Mully, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Doing good, and getting ready for an early one, a nooner coming up this Saturday. East Carolina taking on Army. Our pregame coverage will get underway at 8 a.m. on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Taking you up to kickoff. Mully, all signs pointing to Caden Hauser getting his first start. Pirates coming off a bye, coming off a bad loss. They want to get the taste out of their mouths there. So, it kind of sets up for a Pirates bounce back. But you look at the opponent, you got top 25 Army coming in who are at their place, who have just absolutely steamrolled everybody this season. So how do you factor in, okay, East Carolina coming off a bye, they're going to look better than they did last game, but they got this undefeated team they're going to be taking on. What do you think?
Clip, it's kind of funny. Every assumption we've made all year, like even going back to the Charlotte, East Carolina should look good against Charlotte. I don't think we make any assumptions. I think you take it at face value. I do think it's interesting, the decision to go with Hauser. Arguably, Garcia coming off of, maybe one of his cleaner halves. I know he didn't make it the whole half, but stat line wasn't terrible. If I just look at that game, and in my lay opinion, I don't know that I thought Hauser was head and shoulders better than Garcia. So, but I'm sure, probably 10 days of practice after a couple off days have probably dictated the path. And so it'll be interesting to see how he does.
Any thoughts on Army, Navy, what they're doing, Mully? You've got to factor in that, all right, they haven't played a murderer's row of competition yet, but boy, Army in particular has, again, just crushed everybody. The most points they've allowed in the game is 14. They've done that twice and given up 7 3 times, 10 one time. So they are getting it done offensively and defensively right now. And, we'll kind of see how real they are the rest of the way. But, you play who you play, and so far they've beaten everybody.
You know what it's proof of? It's proof that college athletics do still exist at a reasonably high level, because obviously in those situations, service academies in general, obviously NIL is not a factor. It's refreshing, and I obviously will be cheering for the Pirates, but it's one of those, if you're going to lose into a team like Army that's got the run they've got going, and knowing that if East Carolina can find a way to beat them, it takes them out of the playoff picture. I mean, how cool would it be to have a service academy make the playoff knowing all the things that it takes to be a student athlete at one of those institutions? So, it's extremely impressive, again, in such a different environment.
Very, very weird stat that you've got 4 teams that did not go inside the transfer portal and get any players, and those teams are the military schools of Army, Navy, Air Force, and the other Clemson. And right now, 3 of those 4 in the top 25, Mully. So that's a hell of a stat right there.
Yeah, I think the reason you kind of have to throw Clemson out is they still do take advantage of the NIL. They just they are not using it for recruiting purposes, but they are, they're taking care of their own more along the lines of what, Cliff Godwin's done with ECU baseball. But the service academies are absolutely pure, if that's the right way to put it. I mean, it's, student athletes, students first, service to their country, and then their athletics are an activity for them. So it says a lot.
Mike Mullis joining us, Big Rock Power Sports Live Line, Pirates and Army coming up this weekend. Well, we'll circle back to football, but you mentioned Cliff Godwin, and talked to Parker Bird yesterday, and again reiterating that this is a different looking East Carolina team, quite literally, because of all the new faces, but also all the guys Cliff Godwin had to go out and get inside the portal and bring here to ECU. So, Mully, again, I still have a ton of names and faces to get to know and to memorize, but have you been able to check them out in any of the scrimmages so far?
Yeah, man, I've seen, 3 or 4 scrimmages now, and I will tell you it has progressively gotten better. This past Sunday scrimmage was really good, and coming off a scrimmage of the past weekend, and Sundays are the days that I can typically get out there to see them. So the previous Sunday scrimmage was a little sloppy, had some, had a handful of errors, but that being said, guys are rotating all over the place and kind of trying to figure out what the mix is going to look like. But, and again, I can tell you more situationally, like the guys' background as far as the new guys, but I still haven't committed names to memory. But I can tell you the young man that came in from Fred T. Ford that is a reclass, he's a freshman, should still be a senior in high school, right-handed pitcher. And I have drawn a blank on his name, but he's been very impressive on his Sunday outings. Been up to 95, and he went 4 innings this past Sunday. It's he's a guy that you look at and don't see a high school senior on the mound. Other guys, that Irby, the freshman that's in from Virginia Beach playing first base, had a well of a day Sunday. So yeah, again, you keep seeing these progressions, and these guys look like they're kind of coming together and figure some things out, and it's going to be interesting to see, how they continue to grow as a club.
Mike Mullis joining us, Big Rock Power Sports Live Line, ECU fall ball going on, of course, Pirate football going on as well, and basketball getting underway soon. Mully had the AAC Media Days this week as Mike Schwartz's team will get out there, similar to Cliff Godwin's team, and I guess to every team now with the transfer portal. I got names I need to learn there as well, because outside of R.J. Felton and a couple others, it's going to be an entirely new look for the basketball team as well. So sign of the times. I'm looking forward to seeing who these new faces are, but this is about the least I've known as far as an ECU roster going into a season in a while.
Yeah, no, I think if you ask most people, the only player that they can name, including myself, would be R.J. Felton from the standpoint of, number one, the type of player he is, how good and talented, and the fact that, he stayed here, and obviously having opportunities to go elsewhere. But, yeah, it's going to be a learning process. And, again, you bring all these new bodies together, just like we kind of talked about with baseball. And, it's an acclimation process, and they've got to get around each other, get to know each other, and then, it goes to a whole new level when adrenaline dumps at game time and, you put fans in the stands. So, you're right. Again, just a sign of the times, and I don't see that sign changing anytime soon.
Mully, both of our NFL teams with 4 wins to this point, with the Packers and Commanders. Yet I still want to start our NFL chat talking about Aaron Rodgers. So the Jets lose last night. They've already fired their coach. They are going to go get now a guy who's been upset at his old destination in Vegas with Davante Adams. So they're going to bring him in, try to make him happy, reunite him with Aaron Rodgers, and see how it goes. I mean, they are really all in for the next maybe just half a season. I don't even know if this goes into next year with the age and contracts and everything, but it is very interesting to see them lose another game and then make another big move and see what happens here.
Yeah, and unless you're just a diehard Jets fan, I don't know who in the world could be cheering for them in that game last night. Everybody that listens knows my take on Aaron Rodgers. And I think what you're seeing is his persona is being reflected by the team in New York. I can't imagine that that's a very good locker room to be in. I would imagine everybody's walking around on eggshells, and Robert Saleh's probably sitting at home going, man, I'm so glad to be out of that situation, because quite honestly, it was a no-win. Had they come out and played great, then all credit goes to Aaron Rodgers. If they're in the situation they're in, then obviously the blame goes to Robert Saleh, and you see how that's worked out. So I don't know. Does Davante Adams make a big difference? I don't know. And it's to the point where they literally, and I've heard other folks say this, they literally just name Rodgers like player coach, let him be the OC. He's got the headpiece in. He's got, time to communicate with the guys upstairs, and just let him call the game. I mean, it's all on him anyway.
Absolute flag fest last night in the Bills' victory over the New York Jets. Mully, other headlines, Jerry Jones going on the radio and going after a couple of hosts as they want to bring up what he didn't do this past offseason. And Jerry, he's about going through this bye week and playing San Francisco. He's not about what happened in the past, Mully, but I love hearing old Jerry go after somebody, especially when they get their tail whipped by the Lions like they did on Sunday.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, if they think, if Jerry's looking forward to playing the 49ers, he's more senile than I thought. That's a tall order. If they thought the Lions, and the Lions were really, really good, not quite as good now with Hutchinson out, but the 49ers are certainly no walk in the park, and the Cowboys they're in absolute shambles. I mean, I kind of wonder if they'll maybe trade some pieces so Jerry can stockpile some more trade, some trade collateral, or some draft collateral. But I don't know that he's just so egotistical. I don't know that he'll ever realize it's time to wave the white flag. But them getting in to the playoffs at any level obviously is still a possibility, but it certainly doesn't look very probable. They're a wreck.
Mully, before we let you go, talk a little more baseball, this time from the Major League Baseball playoffs. And how about the Metropolitans? They start as good as you can yesterday, a leadoff home run by Francisco Lindor. They then get the grand slam shortly after that and kind of jump on the Dodgers early, and that was enough to kind of cruise to a victory. So they go 1-1 back to New York. The other New York team, how about everything kind of coming together for the Yankees? It's been kind of a quiet, like for a team that gets the headlines every single year. I haven't heard much Yankees talk this year, but you got Soto going yard, Giancarlo Stanton going yard. Of course, what Aaron Judge does what he does every game. The stars are aligning for New York and stepping up big, and this could be the Yankees' year. What do you think about the playoffs here going on?
Yeah, we'll do them in reverse. I think that that Yankees game, Yankees-Guardians, the Guardians looked like they were completely overmatched yesterday. And some of that was just the fact of the wild pitches that their guy was just kind of working left and right. But the Yankees are the Yankees, and their guys, Aaron Judge had fallen off. It was a bit quiet there for a long time. But he has, I say a long time, it really won't, but about 25, 30 at-bats, and he was under his typical production. But he's back, and all the other stars seem to be, clicking on all cylinders. So, I mean, you got to feel like, although it's still very early in that series, I don't know that the Guardians can dig their way out of it. But I will say that I said the same thing for the Mets after the first game with the Dodgers. And the knock on the Dodgers is their pitching. And if the Mets, Lindor in particular, can continue to do what he's doing to spark that lineup, man, I mean, we could see a Subway Series, and it would be a cool thing. New York on New York, but that one still feels like it's a whole lot more up in the air. I feel like the Guardians are on the mat and they're just waiting to be counted out.
As much as I hate the New York teams, I do remember being fascinated by the Subway Series all those years ago with, Piazza, Clemens, that drama, that ordeal. I also remember it ended on like a Piazza pretty long fly ball to center field that almost looked like a dramatic home run, but instead it was another Yankees World Series at the time. So as much as I hate those teams, Mully, it would be just awesome TV, awesome drama for sure. I know you got some fall ball to attend to there at D.H. Conley, so we'll let you run. What you got going on?
Yeah, man, we're wrapped up in the end of the year World Series. A very competitive first day had yesterday, and back at it today. And we'll wrap it up on Friday or Monday, just depending on how the games play out. But yeah, guys getting after it, man. And I tell you what, it's always exciting this time of the year as football is going strong. You got the playoffs, and then those of us that are baseball addicts, if you will, we started looking forward to what next year holds. And I'm going to tell you, Pitt County, per the norm and maybe more than usual, a lot of really good high school baseball teams and players in the area. So it should be a lot of fun. And, man, we're just, trying to get the guys ready and kind of hold our place in line.
Well, good stuff. Thanks for joining us, man. Have a good time out there in the Diamond, and we'll talk to you soon. Appreciate you joining us today.
Okay, Clipper. Hope to be in studio with you next week, buddy.
All right, there is Clip Brock with Mike Mullis. You just heard their conversation there. Let's take a timeout, and when we return, we will talk ECU basketball because it is slowly approaching. We had ECU Basketball Media Day last Thursday, so we'll hear those comments from some players, some new players as well. So stay tuned. We'll be right back right after this.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
If you're in the market for a swimming pool and you're located from the capital to the coast, Elite Pools can make it happen for you. They are the Carolina's premier fiberglass and concrete pool builder and renovation contractor. Every pool is built with the highest quality products and on schedule. Visit the Elite Pool showroom located across from Agri Supply in Greenville with fiberglass pools on site and a design center to simplify all of your pool selections. They also have a full service department with pool supplies and they provide expert water analysis. Call Elite Pools today at 689-6557 or visit ElitePoolsNC.com. For pools, think Elite Pools.
Hey Pirate Nation, everyone loves a good burrito, but they're always the same basic flavors. Basic is boring. Dank Burrito is not your basic burrito joint. We use global flavors and fresh to death ingredients to make new kinds of burritos, bowls, and tacos you never knew you'd love so much. Dank Burrito is the official burrito of the ECU Pirates, 108 Red Banks Road in Greenville. Check us out at dankburrito.com or on Facebook. Go Pirates!
Do life stresses have you feeling exhausted? Do your golf, tennis, and workouts have your body aching? If so, Kairos Float and Wellness Studio has your solution. Come visit us at 2800 East 10th Street and try our services like our float therapy, which is a private pool containing a saturated solution of Epsom salt that allows you to float effortlessly for ultimate relaxation and therapy. At Kairos Wellness Studio, we also have an infrared sauna, cold plunge, and salt and halo therapy that will leave your body feeling relaxed and healed. Contact us today at kairosfloats.com. Kairos Float and Wellness Studio. Restful intentions.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Hi, I'm Walker Allen Volova, and I'm with CopyPro. CopyPro has been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology. Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total satisfaction is our #1 priority. We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net. CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Are you tired of the same old fast food routine? Shake things up for lunch and dinner at Clean Eats Cafe. We've cracked the code to make healthy dining tasty and affordable. Whether it's a power lunch or a family dinner, we've got you covered. Sit down in our cafe for a brainstorming session or catch up with friends. Even stop in after a workout for protein smoothies or a protein iced coffee. Our atmosphere is welcoming and our food is fresh. All for about the same price as fast food. It's time to ditch the drive-thru and feast on flavor at Clean Eats Cafe, Red Banks Road in Arlington Village.
G'day, this is Luke Larson, punter for the ECU Pirates, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Have you always dreamed of having your own backyard oasis? Elite Pools in Greenville can make that dream a reality. The professionals at Elite Pools are experts in fiberglass and gunite pool installation and renovation, and their goal is to deliver the highest quality at an affordable price. Visit the Elite Pools showroom in Greenville across from the Agri Supply, or visit their website at elitepoolsnc.com. Transform your backyard into a destination with Elite Pools at 689-6557. Drive a little and save a lot at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, plus they offer a service to all makes and models in a state-of-the-art facility. Drive a little and save a lot with a short trip to Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram on Highway 264 in Washington and WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Now, back inside the PRL with your host, Sean.
Thank you, Zach. Welcome back into Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we have our buddy Bryce Williams. He'll be in. We'll talk about the bye week and what's to come for East Carolina football. this week as they head up to West Point to face Army, the first time the Pirates will face Army in quite some time. They are 15-point dogs on the road. Can they get it done? We shall see. Coming up Saturday around 3 o'clock, 3:30 when the game ends. We will get you started on Saturday at 8 o'clock with the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Then after the game, 252-317-1250 is the number. We want to hear from you after ECU and Army get done in West Point. So we'll talk to Bryce coming up in the third hour. But right now, let's switch gears and let's talk ECU basketball. We were able to go out to Minges and talk to some new faces, talk to some familiar faces, talk to Mike Schwartz. Great respect to him, gathering some new coaches on this staff this year, including Mike Perry, as we did not talk to him. He was not at ECU Basketball Media Day the other day, but a guy that is a guy that's been here quite a while, and his name is R.J. Felton. We also talked to his brother, but we'll get started with R.J. Felton's comments, and here they are right now.
We got R.J. Felton right here, one of the few familiar faces on this basketball program. R.J., first of all, great to have you back here after seeing some guys go, but what's it like being that go-to leader for this basketball program?
I would say it's a hard task to being a leader, but you got to lead by example. I would say, I ain't gonna say I'm doing a good job. It's hard being a leader. Yeah. You gotta, everybody's watch you. You gotta lead by example. And plus, I have my little brother here, so I gotta be more like, I gotta set the tone and overall, like, I feel like it's tough.
I talked to your little brother. That's the first guy I talked to. I asked him about y'all's relationship and playing with each other. So how's that like? What's that like playing with your brother? He said y'all played together in high school, but what's it like being able to practice with him in college for the first few weeks?
Well, I would say it was low-key difficult. I got to look at him like as a teammate more than a brother. I also help him out a lot with plays and knowing the terminology. So I would say it was a pretty tough transition, balancing out being a brother and being a teammate as well.
Have y'all gone one-on-one against each other yet, and who has won?
We haven't gone one-on-one yet. He don't want none of his work. I'm not going to lie to you.
All right, with you being a familiar face, a lot of new guys coming into this program, I guess what are you trying to teach these guys about the culture of ECU basketball?
I would say predicated on Coach Schwartz defensive-minded. I would say it's more build out character, work ethic, and humility. That's what we trying to preach to the guys, that we all in one family, and it's all tough love.
What do you want to try to improve on as we get closer to the season? What have you been trying to improve on during the off season this year, specifically to your game?
I've been trying to work on my playmaking and decision making, trying to get others involved, and giving the ball to them to their certain spots, to their favorite spots.
What about some of the new coaches on this staff? You had some new guys or some guys on the staff that left last year. What about some of the guys that have been added to the staff this year? How are they coming in and helping you guys try to succeed?
So you got Coach Perry. He's a familiar face. He does the radio. I would say add him to the staff is very essential. I would say adding Coach IJ over there. He came from Providence, so I would say he's more defensive minded. He helped tweak the defense and telling people where the spots is and all that. And we add Coach Rob Lewis he came from Florida State. I would say he does very well on player development, and Coach Collin, he does player development as well. He'll tweak on us. He'll do like the little stuff and do the vitamins with all the players.
Last question for you, RJ, is you've been here a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a struggle. We've seen success, we've seen some failure, but what's your message to Pirate Nation for this year's ECU basketball program?
I would say it is for all the Pirate fans watching. I would say sit back and watch, and we're gonna win some games this year.
There you go, R.J. Felton, the leader of ECU basketball.
All right, there's R.J. Felton. Great to have R.J. back for another year for ECU basketball. And it's great to have another Felton, his little brother, LaDante Felton, who is now a freshman and going to try to contribute to this ECU basketball program alongside his brother, R.J. Felton. I did sit down and talk to the little bro, and here is his comments right here.
All right, we're here with LaDante Felton. And LaDante, first of all, welcome to East Carolina.
Yes, sir. Let's get it, man.
All right, so first of all, how's it playing with your brother. Is there a lot of fighting going on? How's the relationship between you and RJ?
The relationship with me and him is great. Brother to brother love, you know what I'm saying? I played with him my freshman year in high school, so it's like really just nothing. So like being up here with him, he's like really been like the driving force for me, helping me out, showing me a lot of things. And I'm, you know what I'm saying, just really just happy that I came here because like he helped me out and stuff like that.
How was it, or how big of a decision maker was that with RJ being here at East Carolina, and what else about East Carolina did you like that brought you here?
He was a big time help in that because like he's my brother, of course. Well, you know what I'm saying, like we've been together since I've been born, so like him just being that big force kind of like led me on because he's helped me to loose ends and all the stuff that I needed to know to be here at ECU, and I was kind of like a big reason because he helped me out, not alone with the coaches there. I love those guys, but none better than like having your brother be on the same team as you.
I guess what's the biggest thing that you wanted to improve on going into the season, going into your freshman year? What's something about your game that you wanted to kind of hone in on and improve?
I want to growth in my game, probably like the maturity level, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a younger guy, I'm getting used to like the college game, you know what I'm saying? It's a big difference from high school and college, you know what I'm saying? Going up a guy that's twice your size, grown man, filled out body, you know what I'm saying? It's just the maturity level and probably just harp on the skill development stuff.
East Carolina's kind of struggled to get over that hump of success here when it comes to basketball. I guess what's your message to Pirate Nation this year saying, hey, we can get over that hump and we can have a successful year?
We brought in a bunch of new core guys all across the world, so I'm seeing what I'm seeing like in practice and how it's amped up every day, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a big season for us to come.
All right, there's LaDontae Felton. Thank you, man.
For sure.
All right, talked to both the Felton brothers. Let's go to another guy on this team that has been here. Got 1 year under his belt last year for the Pirates. Did not start the season on the court. I did ask this guy about starting the season off right and not having to sit out. His name is Cam Hayes, and here is his comments from ECU Basketball Media Day.
All right, we're here with Cam Hayes. He's got 1 year under his belt here at East Carolina. You actually get to start this season on the court. How's that?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I don't got no restrictions this year, just a free spirit and free mind. So I'm looking forward to being able to play from day one this year.
So I guess going into the year, what do you want to improve on the most, and what have you been trying to improve on the past couple of weeks in practice?
Just my consistency, just being more consistent every day in practice and being a leader because I'm one of the older guys this year. So just being able to lead by example and just help my teammates as much as I can.
RJ's one of those older guys. You're one of those older guys. I talked to RJ about his leadership role here. What about your leadership role with some of these new guys? What are you teaching them about this program and the culture?
Just how Coach Schwartz operates. You know, we're a defensive-minded team, and he's really hard-nosed, and he just wants us to be a replica of what he is and what he stands by. So just being able to just help everybody, the new guys and the younger guys, just lead by example and just help everything.
Just like some guys that were on the team last year, they left, some coaches left, but what about some of the coaches that have been added to the staff this year? How are they doing teaching you the game and trying to make you guys better?
I think they're doing good. Shout out Coach AJ, shout out Coach Perry, who's not here today. I mean, Coach Perry was, he was doing broadcasting last year, this year, so he's kind of like looking at it from a different role because, he also was a coach here as well, but I think they're helping us really well this year, especially Coach AJ for the defensive aspects. He's like our defensive coach, so he's been helping us a lot this year.
I think you might have mentioned it before, but how comfortable are you having a year under your belt here in this program? And how does being at NC State, being at LSU, kind of help you kind of be a better player here for East Carolina?
I think me having that experience from those Power 5 schools, playing the highs of the highs, just helped me be more prepared, in the conference we in, and just having that 1 year under my belt here at ECU, even though, it was kind of like I missed a couple of those games, but I just think it's going to help me better prepare for my success here and help my teammates as well.
Outside of you and RJ, who are some guys that are, I guess, stepping up from a leadership role? Who are some guys?
Ju, he's one of those new guys. He transferred from Gardner-Webb. He's really like one of those leaders on the team, and CJ as well, because he's another one of the older guys who transferred in from UCF. So just having that older leadership has helped as well.
All right, last question for you, Cam. What's your message to Pirate Nation saying, hey, come out, watch us play this year. We're going to have a good year this year. What's your message?
My message for Pirate Nation is you better be there first game, and we're looking forward to y'all, and go Pirates.
There he is, Cam Hayes.
All right, there's Cam Hayes. A name that Cam mentioned in his interview was C.J. Walker, who is a new face on this team, along with several others and some coaches on this staff as well. But C.J. Walker comes from UCF. He's been in college basketball for many years now, and so he brings the leadership role to this ECU basketball program, as Cam Hayes said. Let's hear what he had to say on ECU Basketball Media Day.
All right, CJ. So being a grad guy, been around a while. How are you looking forward to this upcoming season with training camp almost being over?
I'm really excited. Playing in front of a new crowd. I haven't did that in a minute. I've been at the same school for a minute now, so just to play in front of some new people, the most exciting thing for me. Playing with a new group of guys, really exciting.
How have you liked ECU so far? Obviously, you just got here and are experiencing new things. Like you said, been on campus for a little bit, but with being here and training camp almost being over and scrimmage about to kick off in the season only less than a month away, how you feeling about it?
It's definitely new to me because even when I went to Oregon, I had my parents and stuff like that pull up with me. So now this is my first time actually being away from everybody. So it's new, but I've been adjusted. Got my teammates with me. The Jolly's a really nice place to live at, so I ain't tripping about that.
Good. Well, seeing as you're new relatively, have there been any guys in particular that you kind of gravitated towards, whether it's like a freshman or like transfer, like RJ or anybody else? Have there been anybody that you've been like, all right, I need to start hanging out like that, just kind of get used to everything around here?
Well, it's been tough because, everybody cool.
Right.
So, we've been doing a real good job, not having cliques and stuff like that. But yeah, Tybo, Trevi, RJ, I can go down the line by everybody.
How important is it to have those kind of relationships? Obviously, hanging out off the court is huge to team chemistry. But obviously, being new to the team more important. But how important is it not have cliques, like you said, have everybody be cool with each other and not have any situations into the team where it's split in half or anything like that?
It's just like any other job, it's important not to have a clique. Everything works better, everything works smoother, and everybody is just on the same page. Cohesiveness is the best in practice that way, Then after practice, we do something as a team, maybe go bowling, go eat. So especially everybody else is far away from home too, so it's real easy to just stay together.
All right, there is C.J. Walker, one of the new faces on this ECU basketball team, coming from UCF, hopefully bringing some leadership and experience to a much-needed ECU basketball team that, has R.J. Felton, has Cam Hayes, but we need some extra pieces, especially when it comes to experience on this team. And I think C.J. Walker's a guy that can jump in and make an impact for ECU basketball this year. It's getting close, so with ECU football still in the mix and some Pirate fans down on ECU football, I thought we would get into some ECU basketball talk, and we'll do that to close out the hour. We'll talk with Zach, who's a big ECU basketball fan. Big Pirate all in all, but he does love him some ECU basketball. So we'll get his thoughts on ECU basketball when we return, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers. Join us today for
big, juicy wings.
All season long at Tiebreakers.
Tiebreakers, with 2 locations in Greenville and on Railroad Street in Winterville.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Pirate fans, East Carolina tips off the 2024-25 basketball season soon, so now's the time to purchase your season tickets. High-flying senior R.J. Felton leads the charge on the men's side, while Farmville native Mai Joyner looks to lead the women back to the NCAA tournament. Men's season tickets start as low as $125, while the women are just $45. Go to ECUPirates.com or call 800-DIAL-ECU to purchase your tickets today.
Worth Chiropractic and his team are offering a new patient special only at the new location. Come see them at this fantastic facility. A visit to our new location gets you a free consult, complete exam, digital x-rays, and more for only $29. Our amazing new patient $29 deal is only available at the new location, Worth Chiropractic West, 2100 West Arlington Boulevard, offering the same safe, no surgery, drug-free treatment, convenient, comfortable, and cost-effective.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
What's up, Pirate Nation? Kyle Gaines here from Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Let me tell you what's going on this month, October, at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We have up to $10,000 off our Ram 2500s. Yes, that's right, up to $10,000 off our Ram 2500s. Also with that, we also have 3.9% financing for 72 months on our Jeep Wagoneers and have an amazing selection. So come check us out at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
Here with Greg Lassiter from Champions Gym. And Greg, you've got a tremendous staff working for you with professional trainers. You've got classes like cycle, Pilates, muscle pump, Zumba. Talk about what you can bring to people like myself who's just getting back into the physical fitness world.
We've got all those classes, but the main thing we've got is a way for people to come in and feel comfortable. People, when they go in that gym, they feel like that is their home away from home.
Give the address and the phone number.
4190 Bayswater Drive, Winterville, 353-0544.
Champions Health and Fitness.
Pirate Radio.
They'll never forget the eccentric pirate bonnet and his savage, insane, vengeful pirate horde. He's a pirate, a real proper pirate.
A proper pirate.
That man is a fearsome pirate if I've ever seen one. Yep.
Yeah, he's definitely a pirate.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Need cash fast? National Finance Company is here to help. For over 50 years, National Finance Company has been the small loan specialist with the loans from $1,000 to $5,000 with low payments to meet your budget. We're in the business of getting you the cash you need today. Apply online for a loan at one of our convenient branch offices and get your money as fast as today. It's easy. Get the cash you need. For extra cash, visit nfcmoney.com. Saturdays are for pirate traditions and beer. This season, Bud Light has a new limited edition purple and gold ECU bottle on sale now. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates and proudly distributed by the Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please drink responsibly. Now back inside to your host, the Chan Man.
All right, welcome back in. Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Coming up in just a second, we have Bryce Williams coming in to talk about ECU football, talk about the first half of the season, talk about, and I'm saying talk about a lot, shockingly, the bye week and what they did when he was here. How did they respond after wins? How do they respond after losses going into a bye week? So we will see Bryce Williams, and we'll chat with him coming up. But we just got done listening to some ECU players at ECU Basketball Media Day. We heard from R.J. Felton. We heard from his little brother, LaDante Felton, Cam Hayes, and then a new guy, C.J. Walker. And it's getting about that time where we're starting to get a little ramped up for ECU basketball. And a guy that's there almost every single game, up front and center in the Minji's Maniac section, is our very own intern, Zach. So, Zach, I guess what's your outlook for ECU basketball this year? I guess the biggest question going into the year is how can East Carolina escape the non-conference with a pretty good record? Because we went in last year thinking, all right, we can get out of the non-con, whatever it was, 12-2 or whatever, but we ended up being 9-7. So very, very disappointing with losses to USC Upstate, Northeastern. So I guess the biggest question is how can we attack this non-conference schedule and have some momentum going into conference play? But overall, what's your outlook on ECU basketball this year?
Well, overall, it's a very new team, very few returners, just an interesting team to watch overall. I think we just need to play consistent basketball. I mean, we went from holding Florida and South Carolina to single-digit games and getting fouled out of the game in those games. And then we come to USC Upstate, let them beat us. But we can play good basketball. We just got to play it the whole time. Beating UNCW is a big win for us. They're a good basketball school. They beat Kentucky the next week. We just got to play consistent basketball. I think we have the talent. These transfers are a little different from this approach last year where we went for all big Power 5 transfers. This year was mostly JUCOs, small schools, UCF bigger school, but Gardner-Webb and all those smaller schools. I like the approach. They know they can play it where they play. They're moving up a step in their world technically. So I think they'll carry us pretty well. We just got to play consistent ball.
Is there anything you know about some of these guys? I guess C.J. Walker, he's been, I want to say, in college basketball since 2019. Started his career at Oregon, then he went to UCF. So he brings a lot of experience to this team, and I think that could be huge for ECU this year.
There's nobody I know too much about. The Gardner-Webb transfer, I know he is a good three-point shooter, which I love.
Julian Samaro.
Yes, he's a good three-point shooter. I like that. And Jay Shane Woodard was a JUCO absolute bandit. I think he was a national team, all-American, I think, in JUCO.
He's a guard, and here is his height and weight. 6'7", 165 pounds is Jay Shane Woodard.
Tall and skinny.
And he's a guard. He's a junior. He comes from Indian River State Community College, and he reigns from Harlem, New York. So maybe that's a guy that can make an impact too.
I've heard great things about him. I'm pretty sure when we picked him up, he was one of the top JUCO prospects. I don't know how we got him, because those JUCO guys usually pan pretty well out in the Power 5. But we'll take it all day. I think he could carry us pretty well with RJ.
All right, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think this is a make-or-break year for Mike Schwartz?
Do you know about what's his contract? I don't know that information. Do you know?
That's a good question. I'm not sure about his contract. Brett's coming in. I thought he was about to chime in on ECU basketball.
He has an opinion over there, it looks like.
But Mike Schwartz trying to get it done for the first time. I mean, we had some promise here and there, but I think the biggest thing is getting through this non-conference schedule and getting some momentum, because I remember being so frustrated last year when we got done with non-conference, and I felt like, it kind of carried into conference play. So Pirates need to just dominate the non-conference. The first game, by the way, we'll go down the non-con schedule.
Wesleyan.
North Carolina Wesleyan will be on a Monday, November 4th at 7 o'clock in Minji's. Then you have Coastal Carolina at home. Mount Olive comes to town. Interesting seeing them. That would be the battle of DJ Captain Morgan, where he went and played basketball in college. So George Mason is on the schedule as well. That's International Student Day. Then we go to
Daytona Beach,
the Boardwalk Battle, and we start that, I guess, tournament with Jacksonville State. And here is the field for the Boardwalk Battle this year. East Carolina, Jacksonville State. You got James Madison in there, LaSalle, Stetson, Toledo. And then you also have UIC, a part of that tournament down there. So we've seen the Pirates go to different locations like this in their non-con, and I want to say, was Florida a part of like a tournament like that in the past year or two?
South Carolina. It was an exhibition little match in Greenville, South Carolina, with a bunch of other teams playing that day. This is a true tournament, though, so that should be fun.
Speaking of South Carolina, the Pirates do go to Columbia this year. They play at South Carolina December 7th. Then they play, before that, you got UNCW, who I have grown to like this matchup in basketball. It seems to be a pretty intense matchup between the Pirates and Seahawks. I remember last year when the Pirates got it done at home against UNCW, that was the most fired up I saw Mike Schwartz after a game. And there's video out there still of, I get video of the players and coaches coming off through the concourse of Minji's on their way to the locker room. And Mike Schwartz was fired up about that win. And I will say this, I think this is the only time that Mike Schwartz did not give respect to the opposing coach.
Really?
Yeah. He never said great respect. Never even said it one time.
I love his energy overall. That one game in conference where he came out of the locker room with a bloody hand because he was so upset at how we were playing that game. I love that from a coach. I hate that he hurt his hand, but he punched a wall because he was so mad, and I love that.
We end non-conference play. It will be a revenge game for Julian Samoro as we face off against Gardner Webb. It will be Ugly Sweater Day in Greenville at Minji's Coliseum, December 21st, so just a few days before Christmas Day. So do you have your ugly sweater ready to go?
I do not. I would.
Do you own an ugly sweater?
I don't. I'm going to have to find something for that. I don't even know if I'm going to come back for that. If it was at Gardner Webb, it would be closer to me than coming back here for Christmas.
That's right. You'll be on Christmas break.
I will. I'll try to come back. I try to come back for those games if I can. I'll try.
All right, ECU basketball will be here before you know it. November 4th is the day that we tip off the 2024-2025 ECU basketball season. I get excited as we get closer to ECU basketball, but it quickly kind of dies down about halfway through the season when I realize there's really no hope. But, hey, it's a new season. There's new hope, so hopefully the Pirates can get it done on the basketball court. Can they get it done on the football field this Saturday? Let's go ahead and let's take a break, Zach. But can we get it done against Army? Pirates are 15-point dogs on the road against Army, a team they haven't faced in many, many years. We'll talk to Bryce Williams about that. We'll talk about the bye week for East Carolina and more. So don't go anywhere. We'll have Bryce Williams when we return in hour 5 of the show, or hour 3 of the show. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey there, Eastern North Carolina. Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. We have the 2024 Encore GX at 0.9 for 36 months. You heard it right, 0.9. We also have the Envision and the Enclave at 0.9. For GMC, we have the 2024 Sierra at 1.9%, the Terrain at 0.9%, and the all-new Hummer EV 849 lease for 24 months. Brown & Wood, 89 years in business in Greenville. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
You want a sub freshly sliced to order? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want the perfect radio idea? You go to me. Like this. I'm a lone ninja warrior. By night, I glide unseen across the rooftops, watching my enemies from the shadows. By day, I go to Jersey Mike's, watching someone freshly slice my sub. My blade is called Shadow. His blade is a Berserba brand meat slicer. Clearly, I have much to learn about this land. Freshly sliced just for you. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Did you know that GUC's utility rates are not only low in the region, but also the state? That's right. When you combine the average electric, water, wastewater, and natural gas into one bill, only people in 2 of the 15 largest cities pay less than GUC customers. Only 2. Low rates and high reliability, working in the best interest of the community rather than shareholders. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC. Hunting season is officially open, and a great way to enjoy that postseason hunt celebration is with a Busch Light. As cold and smooth as the mountain stream, Busch Light is that perfect sip after a day spent in the great outdoors. Grab a case today. Celebrate the hunt with Busch Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Busch Light, please drink responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Busch Light, St. Louis, Missouri.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Pirate Towing is now the exclusive towing partner for East Carolina Athletics. Pirate Towing has over 20 years of experience, open 24/7, and they can always assist you. Don't be stranded and wait for hours. Pirate Towing offers all roadside assistance to come give you a tow or jump start on game day or any day. Say Pirate Towing in your phone today and let the stress of car trouble go down. Pirate Towing, 955-4670. That's 955-4670, and also on Facebook. Pirate Towing, the preferred towing partner with ECU and Pirate Nation.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in ENC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kids Scene.
Y'all come get bucked up.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Are you ready and pre-approved? The home you want to purchase comes for sale today. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans. The Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve. Call them today at 252-714-2076. Integrity Home Mortgage, Pirates supporting Pirates. Now, back inside to your host, Sean.
All righty, welcome back in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Kicking off the third hour with our buddy, Bryce Williams.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I saw the light. I was baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born to love again. I'm a brand new man. B-Dub.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, not a whole lot. The scenery's a little different.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're probably wondering, where is Clip Brock at?
Where is he?
Well, his daughter is a part of a club that I'm a part of, the National Beta Club.
Oh,
so
nice.
I think there's a ceremony going on today, so he had to leave for that.
Gotcha.
And I told him, I said, hey, buddy, I said, you go on. Hey, be with your family.
Exactly.
I got this. So I'm hosting the last hour and a half of the show. That means that me and you get to hang out today.
Hey, that's cool.
And talk a little ECU football, and we'll also discuss about the bye week. But first of all, how you been, and what have you been up to today?
Well, I'm doing good. Not too much. Got things rolling as far as the houses go. I did, which I guess I could take this into Pirate Radio Outdoors, but I'll just say I went outside for right now and took care of some things on the deer land and I can go into more detail when we do that segment. But just doing good. I had to do a little bit of wood cutting, I guess you'd say carpentry on my mother-in-law's vanity. But other than that, just doing it to it.
Yeah, we'll get into the Pirate Radio Outdoors, sponsored by our good friend Caleb Stroud at Stroud's Marine. So we'll get in that later on in this hour. We'll also have our Fleet Feet rundown, and a part of that rundown, Bryce, is ghost stories. Because apparently Delaney has a ghost story for us. She was telling us about it during one of the breaks today. So I don't know. If you have a ghost story, get it ready to share with the class. So we have that and Pirate Radio Outdoors coming up later on in the hour. But we'll start off the hour with ECU football coming off a bye week and heading into Army, heading into West Point, a team that the Pirates have not played in quite some time, Bryce. But I guess let's go back to your playing days and when you were playing and heading to a bye week. What's the mindset going into a bye week, I guess?
I mean, obviously, you get in the flow of the season, and they played, 6 games, so they've been 6 weeks straight. It can get kind of a little monotonous as far as, the practice. Obviously the games are never monotonous or never dull. But definitely the practice weeks get a little oh my gosh, it's another Tuesday practice, which is obviously the more intense, a little longer, and you just kind of get okay. But I mean, you get juiced up, but it's just that mindset getting slightly drained a little bit. So a bye week is nice. I always sort of took the advantage of bye weeks and went hunting. So just kind of give you a little, refresher. I guess more so your mind and obviously your body, because you do get obviously banged up as the season goes on. And then you come back and it's all right, guys, time to lock in. We had our little break, which is really just kind of like that weekend, because you have your lighter practices during the bye week. So as you're, getting back into the game week and just lock in and say, all right, we've had let's get to the second half of the season. And, in this instance, they need to, obviously have a better half than they did the first half. So hopefully they're locked in, refreshed, and, they learn from their mistakes and just can settle in and, I think play how I think we're able, I believe we're able to perform, and, I hope that happens this week.
You being on the offensive side of the ball as a tight end, you didn't have to focus on preparing for an offense like Army has or, that Navy has. You did play Navy when you were here, but I asked Coach Houston the other day about, how beneficial is it to have that bye week before Army, to have that extra preparation for this type of offense. So how important is it to have that extra week? Because, I mean, you guys were prepared for, Navy, in the off season, right?
Yeah, that is funny to think about that. Because that triple option, I get confused, and thank goodness I don't have to, guard it. But there's a few times that we've sort of just thrown in, the scout team will do, for the offense, will give a Navy triple option look, even not during Navy week, just to kind of get this little glimpse of, okay, let's stay sort of on top of it and sort of bring it, refresh our memories of what we've dealt with in the past. So for them to have, roughly, I guess it'd be 2 weeks of, Army prep with that option, that is horrible in my mind to try and defend, is great. And I think, that is important for those, the defensive guys, because everybody has their keys. And if they can stay true to those keys, then we should have no problem stopping that. It's just if one guy sort of steers right and tries to take the bait, who's not supposed to be on that man, that's when things obviously can really go bad. But I think it's great that we've had 2 weeks to prep for it.
I was looking at the schedule when you were playing and going into a lot of the bye weeks that you were a part of. There was wins on the schedule. There was a win going into the bye week. So not what ECU's going through right now, but I guess, if say East Carolina was to win at Charlotte, and when you were playing and getting those wins before the bye week, I mean, how do you try to kind of stay mentally, or, strong and not get too high yourself, or, try to take anything off during that bye week?
Yeah. So obviously going into a bye week with a win, you kind of a little more chipper and I guess a confidence feel okay, good, we've made it through this we've made it this far, and we've won, so we're feeling good. Let's keep that up. Well, then, on the flip side of that, you're going into a bye week a loss. So you have this bad taste in your mouth. Daggum it, we lost, obviously, and then to a team you aren't expecting to lose to. I think it allows to have that chip on your shoulder, like, okay, let's bounce back from this. Let's utilize the time we've had to recover, really focus in on our opponent, and have a successful game week and game. So there's definitely two different mindsets that juggle there that you have. And with them, with their loss, I'm assuming it's a chip on the shoulder. They don't want to feel that again, and hopefully we can just be successful this weekend.
Last week we talked about the team having a players-only meeting and getting the guys together during the bye week and saying, hey, like, we got to get this together. I guess if you were a senior on the team and you were the one that brought this team this year together, what's your message to these guys saying, hey, we got to get things fixed and we got to finish out the season strong?
Putting me into, have had to speak, for that. I mean, definitely be the guys saying, really, your games each week's not guaranteed. As the terrible incident with Siobhan, or Siobhan. Nothing's guaranteed. Your next day is not guaranteed, and that obviously goes in life general. But speaking football, to be a senior, there's no promise you're going to make it to the next level, and you've got your days are numbered. So it's really like, look, I'm gonna give it my all for y'all. So I expect y'all to do that for me, because obviously you want to have a good senior season. Your last hoorah. So it's really that, like, lock in, guys. Let's do that little bit of extra work that we don't feel like probably almost like a reflection. Look back and say, okay, what did I do during that first half of the season, and what can I do just that little bit? Because obviously a little bit goes long ways. So if it's staying after and catching a few balls, or the defense going through just a little bit of reads and things that they have to go through, the quarterbacks just mentally. I mean, even if you go back, just sort of mentally visualize yourself, what you're doing, your job, what you need to do, goes a long way. So it's just little things like that to say, okay, what can I do extra that I was not doing in the first half? And then speaking, just visually, picture yourself doing these certain things during a game or making big plays, and all this certain other goes a long way as well. And I remember that I would literally just picture myself running routes, whether it was before the game, during the week, whatever, just putting yourself in those situations, even mentally, can, obviously make things happen, really. So hopefully that's what those guys have done, and we can see a better second half of the season.
ECU Army coming up this Saturday starting at noon on ESPN2. And also, we will get you started at 8 o'clock for the Bud Light pregame tailgate. After the game, 317-1250 is the number for the U.S. Cellular Fifth Quarter Call-In Show. We want to hear your comments, your thoughts, concerns on ECU versus Army. ECU a 15-point dog, Bryce, and Army has not trailed all year, and they've run the ball really well all year long. But the thing that really is interesting is that they haven't trailed. So if you're East Carolina, how important is it to get up? And people could say, well, it doesn't matter because East Carolina's had a 16-0 lead against App State. They lost that game. They had a 17-0 lead against Liberty. So people could say it doesn't matter. But as a player, how important is it to punch them in the mouth first and set the tone?
So we've obviously, unfortunately, blown those big leads, but we've obviously shown that we can score fast. So it could, be a mindset thing for Army. Oh, we haven't trailed all season, but if we can come out and strike fast, score, and score, get up 2 scores, say in the first quarter or before the end of the half, it could be like a wake-up call to Army, and like, oh, dang, and you can almost keep, stacking, kicking them while they're down. And if we can maintain that, that would be wonderful. So I think it's very important that we still have that quick response or a quick score to get ahead of them, and maybe it can sort of mess with them mentally a little bit.
We talked to the players today. We talked to one guy on the defensive side of the ball, one guy on the offensive side of the ball. Talked to Elijah Morris, the defensive tackle, veteran. Also talked to Parker Moore, an offensive tackle for East Carolina. And going back to the Charlotte game, you start the game off as you have done all year long with Jake Garcia, and then you find a guy that you hadn't seen all year long in Caden Hauser finishing out the game, talking to the media after the game. game. So I guess the biggest question going into this week is, who is going to be that guy at quarterback?
Right.
Who's going to be the guy under center for East Carolina when they face off against Army on Saturday at noon? Is there any talks? You've had some quarterback situations, not every year because you had Shane Carden, but especially that last year. Was there any talk in the locker room about, who should start? Or Parker Moore gave an answer of it really doesn't matter. We all stay the same no matter who's at quarterback. But there's got to be some talk there in the locker room about, hey, this guy should start. Was there any of those talks when you were in playing for the Pirates?
Yeah, really. We never like amongst the locker room, really. Maybe to yourself, for us, it was okay. Is Kemp starting this game? Is Summer starting this game? You never really knew that. But as far as like really chatter about it, not really. You just sort of left it up to the coaches, focused on your job, and whatever it was is what it was. Obviously we can't control anything about it. With this guy, I don't think that'd be much of that going on because they're all teammates and everything, and the receivers are going to roll with whoever they've got, starting, and whoever finishes the game. So I don't think there'd be much chatter, amongst the team. Is there maybe, individually they're talking, or maybe in the small groups who they think should talk, but never really outspoken things like that.
As a tight end or a receiver, it has to be frustrating, though, not knowing who your quarterback is going to be going, because there's got to be a chemistry between one guy, right?
Yeah.
So is there any frustration when you really are not sure who that quarterback is going to be?
Yeah, because you kind of, for my instance, obviously one quarterback, I was like, we had a good chemistry even outside of football. We hung out outside of football, which I hung out with all of the guys. But, there's just obviously some you kind of hang out with more than the other, and you build that little bit of a tighter bond than some of the others. But so it was nice when I would say, we got so-and-so starting, and, see how we can utilize the other and this and that. But obviously I've caught passes from both quarterbacks, had great relationships with each one of them. But, yeah, sometimes you're like, this maybe feels a little better, a little more controlled. But as far as that, I just kind of went with the punches.
If you have any questions for Bryce Williams, please chime in, and I will relay them to Bryce. But Robert asking a question, and I'm sorry, Robert, I asked this question. I didn't see your question. I think his is more specific. I think I was just asking about a team that hasn't trailed all year long. He's asking about these academy teams. How important is it to get a lead on these academy teams, I guess, at any point in the game? So he says, how important is it to get a lead on these academy teams to make them play from behind?
You want to, academy teams that get, just another opponent, whether it's, from the different conference or whatever it is. I would think that's kind of what I mentioned earlier. As far as an academy team, like, it's an opponent, so you want to get ahead of your opponent, obviously. But reverting back to them not trailing this whole season, maybe that'll give them get them shaken up a little bit, and maybe it'll make them play just maybe a slight more sporadic or a little too fast, and maybe throw some timers off things. They feel like, oh gosh, we got to catch up. So in that instance, I can see it being very important, but I don't know if there's any discrepancy between an academy team versus another opponent getting ahead of them and maybe putting them in that mindset.
Jamie brings up a good point about Army's defense. They've only allowed, I think the most they've allowed all year is 14 points. So it seems like East Carolina's going to have to do something different to try to, get some points on the board, because they really haven't been able to do it all year long, except for maybe a couple of games. But when you're going into, you want to make adjustments and maybe switch things up, but especially against these academy teams, do you do anything different going into those games offensively?
I don't think so. I think our big problem has been executing, making the right reads. Because how I've said all year is like I really like the offense. I have confidence in the offensive scheme we have, but the coach calls the plays. It's up to the players to execute, whether there's one or, there's multiple different reads that the quarterback has to make. Their receivers have to make the catches. Running back has, the line has to make the block. So I think it's just important to, just obviously do your job and not change anything, because I think what we have is working as far as the scheme, but it's up to the players to execute. And as of right now, we obviously haven't done that to the standard that anybody's really expecting. So hopefully we can sort of lock that in and, play a little sharper this week.
Jamie has a question, and I saw this, and I'll be honest, I saw this last year up front and personal, where the defense was very frustrated with the way the offense played and just did not produce points. And defense did all they can last year to keep the Pirates in games and had chances to win several of those games last year. But the offense was not able to do their part. I don't think that's going on quite yet this year, but Jamie says, in Bryce's experience, do the defense and offense start to have issues on a team when losing a few games in a row? Do they start to argue, fight, whatever? So, I mean, in your experience, have you seen maybe like a butting of heads between the offense and defense?
I'd say it's more so situational game to game. I mean, there's been times when us as an offense have been totally crapping the bed, not helping the defense out at all. And, some guys will, from the defense side, will maybe yell over, like pretty much, like lock in or let's go, things like that. Never to like a altercation standpoint that I've ever seen. But, as an offense, you're kind of, trying to give a break for the defense. Now, for scoring fast, then that's a totally different story. But
right.
three and out, interception, fumble the ball, this, that, and the other, and you're not helping your defense out to get a break, then you do. I mean, at least I do, feel kind of like a little crappy, because like, man, I'm wearing my defense out, and I'm not even playing against them. So there definitely I can see being some frustration, on either side of the ball when, one side's not executing as they should.
You played in an offense that was, one, fast, two, scored a lot of points. We are seeing an offense now that moves fast, but it's not scoring a lot of points. Kenny Curlins, and a lot of people have said this. I've talked to people that said this, and a lot of people have commented on the show or on the Fifth Quarter Collins show here on YouTube and Facebook. But Kenny says, slow the offense down. Do you agree with that? Do you think we should slow the offense down if we're not scoring as many points as we want to in this fast-paced offense?
I mean, I think that goes with – because obviously the OC will make the call to, now, or hurry up the offense. I don't really feel like it's on the quarterback, never decides to – for the speed, but but the OC will obviously say, all right, let's go, let's get this rolling. I think that's a more of a feel thing. If you feel like we're on fire, and we're obviously if you're making plays like a big play, you want to hurry
keep
up,
it rolling,
keep rolling. If you're just dang clustered. Just a cluster out there. Then no, I mean you don't want to hurry up because if your guys ain't settling in and they're just frantic, then no, I don't suggest to go fast. But normally they'll have if we have a big play, bam, we're gonna run this this play, and you kind of have a general idea of maybe what the next play is going to be after something like that. So I guess it can be positive and it can be negative because if, like I mentioned, if you're falling apart and it's just dang terrible, then you're not going to go fast. But if your offense is feeling like it's just clicking, then just keep the ball rolling.
We will talk to the coordinators tomorrow. Clip Brock has said that he will ask John David Baker, the offensive coordinator for the Pirates, if he will slow the offense down this week, if he needs to maybe make a change on that pace of the offense, and we'll have that answer for you tomorrow. So everybody out there that's asking about, specifically Kenny and other guys that are asking, hey, can we slow the offense down? We'll have that answer for you tomorrow. But I'm thinking that John David Baker is going to stick with his guns, and he's going to try to continue to, do what he planned to do when he got here, and that's have a fast-paced offense. But he needs to add some points to the board.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't feel like we need to change our identity as far as like what our offensive goals are by any means as far as the pace and what we're calling and stuff. But, it's definitely going to be up to, whoever the quarterback is going to be to continue to execute this offense because obviously it all starts there and then obviously just a trickle-down effect of, the receivers and linemen making the block. So, me personally, I'm kind of curious to see if it is going to be Hauser who's going to be the starter and maybe see what he can do. We've seen what Garcia can do, and unfortunately, it's not clicking. The plays aren't being made as much as they should be. So I'd be curious to and kind of hoping to see if Hauser's going to be the starter and see how he can do with the ball in his hands.
Before we take a break, I do want to play audio piece here from Elijah Morris that we got today. And we asked Elijah, and after the Charlotte game, there was a couple of Charlotte players that said that they saw it in the Pirates' eyes that they were done. They said that the Pirates quit on the defensive side of the ball. And the guy that we talked to is a guy that's been here a long time. He puts his heart and soul into this program. He plays every down really hard. But we asked him about those comments, and here was his answer.
You know, I can't speak on that, but I will say what we put on film, that wasn't us. And, you know, we got to own it. We take ownership of it as a defense, as an offense, as a team. And, you know, this last week we spent cleaning up our mistakes, taking ownership, taking leadership, taking the coaching, and, you know, just preparing for this week.
Bryce, what do you take from that answer? Did he answer the question without saying anything at all?
I think so. I mean, I think he just kind of, because, you know, of course he's not going to admit, you know,
right.
Yeah, we gave up, you know, he's definitely not going to say that. So, yeah, I think he just did it good. He gave you something, but he didn't give you what you wanted. So I think that's what that was. I mean, I hope not. I mean, because we really didn't, we talked about the other week was we still were in it. You know, once you start getting down 3-4 scores, you're like, okay. Yeah. It's hard to kind of stay upbeat, I'm sure, as a defensive player and offensive player, but you got to dig down deep. I'm not going to say every time I was like, oh, let's go, but you just kind of try and keep that intensity and don't get down because, like you said, you don't know what can happen. Hopefully they didn't, and it was just bad play, and they weren't, just sort of throwing in the towel too soon.
All right, let's take a timeout, Zach, and when we come back, we'll hear from Mike Houston. He had his weekly press conference yesterday, so we'll hear what he had to say. And as the Pirates try to regroup after that tough loss to Charlotte and move on to the Army Black Knights in West Point. So don't go anywhere. We'll have Mike Houston comments when we return. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey there, Eastern North Carolina. Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. The Brown & Wood service specials include a tire price match guarantee, a $199 AC Delco front brake pad installation special. We also have a brake rotor rebate of $40 and a synthetic oil change on most vehicles for $89.95. Don't forget, free pickup and drop-off at Brown & Wood. 89 years in business, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Get ready, Greenville. ECU's Homecoming Free Boot Friday is happening October 25th, and it's going to be epic. We're bringing in award-winning country music superstar Rodney Atkins.
Caught up in the country, the only way I want to be.
And the best news is, it's all free. It's Rodney Atkins at ECU's Homecoming Free Boot Friday. We kick off the party at 5:30, so bring your friends and get ready to have a good time. October 25th, presented by the Downtown Greenville Partnership and ECU's Homecoming Committee.
It's spooky season, Greenville, and you know what that means. Time to grab your costume at Halloween Express. This is Lisa with Halloween Express, and we are now open for our 26th year in Greenville. We are located at 1400 Charles Boulevard on the corner of Charles Boulevard and 14th Street beside the Jolly Roger. We have Greenville's biggest selection of Halloween costumes for adults and kids. Halloween Express has everything you will need to make your Halloween frightening and fun. We are open 7 days a week. Halloween Express.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's new fall weekly lunch specials are here and only for $8.99. Stop by Monday through Friday and enjoy chicken and pastry, spaghetti, meatloaf, hamburger, steak, and everyone's favorite fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks with friends. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
I'm Caleb Stroud, the founder of Stroud's Marine. I grew up on the water and I've loved boating my entire life. In 2012, I decided to give back to the marine community by creating a way for boaters to order pre-owned salvage marine parts online. Stroud's Marine was born to offer incredible prices and unparalleled customer service. We stand behind every part we sell, and our mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvage outboard parts.
Take a hit from a 300-pound linebacker, and you better be wearing pads. Take a hit on the road, and you better have good auto coverage. When you've got North Carolina Farm Bureau Auto Insurance, you've got the best local agents ready to help you bounce back. If you don't, well, you'll probably play football without a helmet, too.
This is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning. Give me a call today, and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with Harris Real Estate Group, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates!
From the belt, here's the delivery.
Pirate Radio, the station that always delivers.
Fine, and lapping it up faster than we can deliver.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
The technicians at New Blue stand ready to face any challenge that time of the elements may throw at your home. Your home deserves the best, and New Blue is ready to help with any electrical, plumbing, and HVAC needs. New Blue also now specializes in crawl space moisture control and encapsulations, along with septic system repairs and installations. Contact them today at callinubblue.com. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in Eastern North Carolina. The Buccaneer Music Hall has all the fun for your Sunday Fun Day covered. Every Sunday, kick off the day at the Buck. The Buck has the largest 4K screen in Greenville, along with 18 TVs, so you won't miss any game, along with your weekly jersey giveaways starting at 5 p.m. Score every Sunday at Da Buck. Now back inside to your host, Chandler.
Da Buck. Great being out at the Buck last night for sports trivia. It came down to the wire once again. We had to bring the wheel out. Or did we? Did we have to bring the wheel out? Got it?
Yeah, so we did have to bring the wheel out between my team and probably right.
And you guys won.
Finally.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Congratulations to Grass Guys.
The Grass Guys. It's in the bio now.
Grass Guys, get it done at trivia. You can also come out and enjoy trivia every Monday night at the Buck, and also at the Buck every Sunday. Sunday Fun Day at the Buck, free food, whether it's food truck, Tucci's, other great stuff, and a jersey giveaway starting at 5 o'clock. So come out to the Buck on Sunday, Monday, or any day of the week. Thank you to the Buck for our sponsorship, or your sponsorship of the scoreboard. Let's get to Mike Houston. When we get done with this, we'll take a break and we will get into our Fleet Feet rundown. But let's hear what Mike Houston had to say at his weekly press conference as they prepare for the Black Knights of Army.
I think just before we get started talking about Army, just obviously some tough news coming out of Chapel Hill this weekend with the passing of Tylee Craft, and we got a couple of kids that played with him, and they've obviously have just a tough deal, and talked about it a little bit yesterday. But just our thoughts and prayers are with Coach Brown and the Craft family and the UNC family. So it's something that as a coach you never want to go through. So, but it's game week. Should be good week for practice this week. Players are really excited about the matchup. Obviously, getting a chance to play a ranked opponent on the road is a challenge, but it's something that the players are they're excited to get back out on the field and play, and just having the opportunity with the bye to be able to sit and just actually watch a game. Watched UAB and Army. The 12 o'clock kickoff on Saturday, and obviously, not just looking at that game, but looking at all their games. Very solid football team, top to bottom, all three phases. Offensively, everything revolves around the veteran quarterback. He does a great job, but he has a lot of really strong players around him. But they've they're 6-0, and they're 6-0 for a reason. They've played really good football so far this year, so it's a great opportunity for our program going into Sunday's matchup. Questions?
You can raise your hand.
Coach, just looking at their offense, when they do some shotgun stuff along with the regular under center, just how much has their offense, the triple option, evolved since obviously you ran it years ago?
They're not as much veer option as what, say, Navy used to be or what we were back in the day. They do run some midline triple. That's really the only true triple option we've seen out of them. A lot of their stuff is either quarterback follow, quarterback counter, quarterback zone. They run some arc option where they pitch it to the fullback. They run toss. They do a lot of other stuff, but the big thing revolves around the quarterback and the fullback. I think that 6, Udah, I think that's the way you pronounce his name, really good running back. And they do a lot of stuff with him just on dive cut back, things like that. Noah Short is one of their slot backs that try to get him the ball, either pitching it to him, handing it to him, or throwing it to him. But everything in that offense revolves around Bryce and Daly in that offensive line.
Coach, how fine is the line between trying to stop the run and getting everybody in the box into the play action pass? Because that's another big weapon.
Yeah, I think statistically, I was looking at his stuff this morning, and they've only thrown it like 30 times on the year. He's 37 times. He's 20 of 37 for 482 yards. So they're pretty effective when they do throw it, and that's it. And we've been working last week on it, and have really drilled into our secondary that their eye discipline is critical. The tough thing is being able to replicate what they do, because they do get in such condensed sets where the receivers are down in there. They got receivers lined up at a tight end position. They got those slot backs, either one on each side, two on the same side, or whatever. And they're such a run-heavy team. And then all of a sudden, you play action, and if you don't have very disciplined eyes, you look up and just like Saturday, they crossed the 50 against UAB, run a little play action, post wheel to the boundary right there, and there's nobody within 30 yards of the post route. And it's a very common theme that we've seen throughout the first 6 games on film. So that is the challenge. Is our secondary is going to have to support, and they've got to support with some tenacity, because you have a 225-pound quarterback that you're trying to tackle. But they've got to have great eyes so that when those guys release, on those play-action passes, that they don't just cut somebody loose.
Coach, what was the biggest realization or takeaway that you had during the bye week with you and your team about yourselves that will help you into this week?
Well, I thought the team responded really, really well during the bye week. The Leadership Council asked if they could have a players meeting last week when we started the week, and because we had talked about a lot of things in that group, and they wanted to relay some things from a standpoint of here's what we have to do as players, and they had that on Tuesday, and I thought really had a positive week. Very, very physical practice on Wednesday, very physical practice on Thursday. Thought we had great enthusiasm, had a sharp practice on Friday, and so for a bye week, I thought that a lot of maybe just recentering, a little bit of a reset, and just kind of getting back to what we want to be. Now, got to have a great week of practice this week, and obviously a pretty stiff test, but we're excited about going up there and having a chance to play this ball game.
Coach, talk about that test, first ranked opponent of the year, first time kind of coming to this as a true underdog this week. Is that something you feed into, being an underdog, or something you kind of put aside and ignore for the time being?
Well, I mean, it's just a great opportunity, and our kids, they got a lot of pride in the way we want to play, and so it's a great challenge. But obviously, there shouldn't be any pressure on us. We got a great chance to go up there and play free and play aggressive, and go try to do something special.
All right, there is Mike Houston from yesterday's weekly press conference. You can find that press conference in its entirety on our Facebook, all of our social media platforms, including YouTube. So if you want to listen to the rest of that, go there. PR927 FM on social media, and then Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. So let's take a time out. We got to get to our Fleet Feet rundown. A part of that rundown is we're going to tell a ghost story. Delaney's going to tell a ghost story. Brett wants to talk about his Mets. He also wants to talk about the take that he has on ECU football and where he stands on that right now. And then also we will go outdoors with Bryce Williams, thanks to Caleb Stroud's Marine, for sponsoring Pirate Radio Outdoors. So all of that coming up. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.
Did you know that GUC's electric rates are the lowest in Pitt County? GUC's average residential electric bill, using 1,000 kilowatt hours per month with load management, is $21 lower than the investor-owned utilities and $34 lower than the local co-ops. In fact, GUC's average electric bills are still $10 lower than they were 10 years ago. Low rates with high reliability. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
The price is always right at Doug Henry of Greenville. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive, and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. This month, Doug Henry is giving back for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and with every vehicle purchased, they will donate $100 to Eastern North Carolina Cancer Services. Doug Henry of Greenville, right on the price, right on the corner. Go Pirates!
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at QualityEquip.com.
Want to make your day better? Order a Papa John's pizza. Get an extra large, one-topping New York-style pizza for only $10.99. Made into 8 foldable slices, perfect for sharing or not. See, things just got better, and you get to eat pizza. Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
The arrival of fall also means the arrival of new clothing at Russell's. Hey, it's Rhonda, and we're gearing up for a new season. New color, new texture, new styles, and even a few new lines. Whether it's game day, school day, church day, or wedding day, we have you covered. It's all the quality clothing lines you've come to love and enjoy at prices you can afford. We're open 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday, for your convenience. Alterations are provided and handled in-house. A clothing store to meet your every need. Russell's Clothing in historic downtown Washington.
Bostic Sugg Furniture's 87th anniversary sale is a pretty big deal, and so are the savings. Shop special anniversary savings on Lazy Boy, Bassett, and Maven, Best, Serta, Helix, Ultra Comfort lift chairs, and more. Special savings on closeout accessories, framed art values to $350, now $69. Buy any table lamp, get a matching one free. And in celebration of our founding in 1937, get local delivery for $19.37 during the 87th anniversary sale at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
Greenville's hometown pizzeria is Cucinella's. Cucinella's has 2 locations with great options for lunch, dinner, takeout, and they now offer catering. Dine in for lunch with a slice, salad, and a drink with a friend, or stop by after work and grab a beer or glass of wine while you wait for your to-go order. The best pizza, grinders, salads, and homemade Italian ice is at Cucinella's. Cucinella's Midtown across from Best Buy, downtown across from Sup Dogs, and on Facebook and Instagram. Cucinella's, serving handcrafted pizza since 1932. Come taste the difference.
Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Like a cold beer on a hot summer day. Nice. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back into Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Chandler Honeycutt here with you, filling in for Clip Brock, who is doing dad duty today. His daughter is being inducted into the National Beta Club, so congratulations to Lily. So we were riding out the show here with intern Zach on audio production, intern Brett on video production, intern Christian is in the house as well. Shirley is supervising in Studio B. Got Bryce Williams. Been a great chat with you about ECU football today so far, my friend. And then also, to my far left is intern Delaney, who has a story to tell on our Fleet Feet rundown, which we will get to right now. But first, we need to talk and hear from our good friend Alex Harper.
Hey, Pirate Nation. Be sure you have the best and most comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Chris Lunyon. Fleet Feet of Greenville provides solutions through one-on-one services to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Go see them at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet. They run for you.
All right, thank you, Alex. All right, see you, Alex. Good luck this weekend, buddy. Man, he always gets out of here without saying goodbye. He's always in a rush.
Never stays.
Speaking of rush, we need to get on with our Fleet Feet rundown, and we'll start it with a ghost story. I walked in earlier in the show, and Delaney's just blabbing about what she saw. Apparently, hold on, let me turn your mic on.
Oh, all right. Thanks.
Now you can talk. But apparently you have seen a ghost, and I mean, I guess it's fitting to talk about this because it is October. Halloween is approaching. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the story. What did you see?
All right. So last year I moved into a house in Greenville with 3 of my friends, and around this time, I think, there was this one night where I was going to bed and everything was normal, and then I woke up and I look at the clock, and it's 3 a.m., which, if y'all haven't heard, that's like the witching hour. And so, yeah. And so I was like, okay, something's off here. And I look in the corner of my room, and there's a little girl I'm not kidding. There's a little girl. She's got like bob-length hair. It's really wavy, frizzy, blowing in the breeze of my fan. And then she's wearing this long nightgown that has polka dots, like black polka dots all over it, and like this like lace trim. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, like freaking out. So I turn on my lamp and she's gone. And the next morning I try to work my lamp again and the outlet is shot. And since then we've heard, they've got this spooky music going. We've heard like footsteps, we've had doors open, just crazy things. But that's my ghost story. I think it's real. Yikes. Some people think I'm dreaming.
So how long ago was this?
This was honestly, I think, about this time last year. So maybe exactly a year ago.
And you have not seen the ghost since?
I haven't seen her since.
But there's been footsteps. You said, would you say something about doors and stuff?
Yeah, our doors will randomly open.
So what was your reaction? Were you able to go back to sleep that night? Or that morning, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I think I was. I did it. I was able to go back to sleep because I think I was just like in shock. But then like weeks following, even to this day, I still struggle to like fall asleep. And whenever I think about it, there's no shot I'm falling asleep.
And you're sitting in the same room?
Yeah. So sometimes I'll just turn on a happy TV show and hope I fall asleep to that.
Well,
Yikes.
we've been joking with you about this, but I really do think you're telling the truth because one, when you tell a story, you need to have detail to the story. And you have pretty good detail.
Yeah.
And for it to be a year ago around this time and you can still tell the story with so much detail, I'm going to say that is a real story.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think it's fake. I think that's a real story.
It's real, I'm telling you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think it's real. I want to ask questions, but I don't know if those are in there. I mean, was she looking at you? Was she looking
She was
at them?
facing the corner.
Oh, God. Dude. I literally got like chills.
Yeah.
Just then, and I got chills when you think, because obviously I'm picturing it, and there's a million movies out there that have situations like that.
That's what I'm saying.
And then the outlet doesn't work.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird.
Is there that corner? Do you have anything in that corner, or do you just leave it blank, empty?
I mean, I have like a laundry basket there, but since then I'm like, I don't want to put anything there. Like it's,
creepy.
I know.
All right, that has been Delaney's ghost story. And speaking of spooky things, the Mets in October, they are spooky.
They're the Black
scary.
Magic Mets, the comeback kids, the Amazins.
And here to talk about it is Met Brett.
I mean, what an absolute postseason, John.
So what's going on with the Mets? What's making them one of the hottest teams, if not the hottest team in baseball right now?
Well, I think for the past couple of years now, the teams that get hot right at the end of September going into October normally make a run. That happened to be us this year, and we can't be stopped. We're the hottest team in baseball. We had a off night, game one against the Dodgers. We got smoked, but I think we needed that. I think we needed a little bit of humbling because it made us even hungrier in game two, and then we got the Dodgers coach intentionally walking Lindor.
Dave Roberts.
Thinking that's a smart move. He wanted to face Vientos, and Vientos put the ball 400 feet over the right center field wall. And it just projected us into another run of greatness. And I don't think we're going to be stopped.
And that was a big game for the Mets. They got dominated in game one in L.A. They returned the favor in game two, and that is huge as they go back to New York with the series tied at 1. I believe you weren't sure who the Mets were.
It is Severino.
It is Severino, as you mentioned earlier in the show. Dodgers going with Walker Buehler on the bump tomorrow night. 8 o'clock, 8:08 first pitch on FS1. So I guess the Mets, can they get it done tomorrow night?
Absolutely. They're back at home, baby. The comeback kids.
All right, and quickly, we got
to touch on ECU.
Let's touch on your take, which was the Pirates will get under 5.5 wins. You have a bet with former intern Atticus.
I do.
Who called into the show last week, I believe. He did revise the bet where you don't have to. I can't remember what he said. Maybe not apologize to Mike Houston. There was a revision to the bet. It wasn't a major revision. But hey, your take is it wasn't looking too good to start the year.
Well,
but about 3 weeks later, you still need the Pirates to win 3 more games for your bet to lose. So your take's looking not too bad right now.
Well, when we started it, I assumed Norfolk State and Old Dominion were going to be 2 wins right out of the bat for us. So I projected that. And then a lot of people thought we were going to beat or at least split a game between App State and Liberty. I projected those as both losses, so we're still right there. UTSA, we beat them. I think that was a projected loss on my end of things. And then Charlotte, everyone thought we were going to run over Charlotte. They kind of ran over us. And then now we got Army, ranked Navy, Temple, FAU, Tulsa, and North Texas remain.
So the bet is still up in the air?
I think we get 2 wins out of those final games. That puts us at 5. I win by half a game.
All right.
Former intern Atticus will be writing me an apology letter.
Second half of the season starting this Saturday. We get started at 8 o'clock for a noon kickoff. So we get you started at 8 o'clock with the Bud Light pregame tailgate. After the game, 317-1250 is the number for the U.S. Cellular 5th Quarter Collins Show. All-day coverage for you right here on Pirate Radio. Me and Jenny will be boots on the ground in West Point, giving you all the coverage from the stadium. So we cannot wait. Can the Pirates bounce back? We'll find out this Saturday. Let's take a timeout. When we return, we will finish up the Fleet Feet Rundown with a Pirate Radio Outdoors segment brought to you by Stroud's Marine. Thank you to Caleb Stroud and the folks over at Stroud's Marine for your sponsorship of the Pirate Radio Outdoors segment. We'll have that for you, and we'll wrap up the show when we return. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.
Where do you find the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in Eastern North Carolina? It's DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com is a combination of 4 dealerships in Eastern North Carolina with a fully stocked inventory of over 200 SUVs, trucks, and cars. If you're looking to upgrade your vehicle or purchase for a new driver in the house, get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com, supporting the Pirates for over 47 years.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
Need cash fast? National Finance Company is here to help. For over 50 years, National Finance Company has been the small loan specialist with loans from $1,000 to $5,000 with low payments to meet your budget. We're in the business of getting you the cash you need today. Apply online for a loan at one of our convenient branch offices and get your money as fast as today. It's easy. Get the cash you need. For extra cash, visit nfcmoney.com.
Pirate Water Wicked Tea is here. Set sail for the next Pirate Water adventure. Barstool's best drink is back with delicious Wicked Tea. A strong, smooth, uncarbonated brew flavor with hints of lemon. It's the toughest tea to take on the high seas. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find the new Pirate Water Wicked Tea in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
Hi, I'm Kim. My family is all with U.S. Cellular. So ever since they asked me to tell you that their special customer event, Us Days, is back, Mom's been texting me about the exclusive offers like $1,200 off any phone plus $400 off any tablet. Oh, that's Mom. Us Days at U.S. Cellular is back. Get $1,200 off any phone plus $400 off any tablet. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details. Actor portrayal.
In this new world of having everything delivered to your home or office, why wouldn't you start using Cellular Warehouse for all of your cellular deliveries? Toby Williams and his team are in the business of delivering phones and tablets every day to customers, which enables you to take the hassle out of visiting a store. The best thing about this great service is that it's free. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051. That's 252-799-7051, and let his team make your wireless experience fast and easy. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Danny Beal, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear was easy to work with when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
Mr. Gibbs, Captain, you may throw my hat if you like. Aye, aye, Captain. Hooray! I'll go and get it.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back, guys. It was not a fantastic day on the stock market. The Dow was down 324 points to 42,700. The NASDAQ was down 187 points to 18,300. And the S&P was down 44 points, down to 5,800. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back inside to your host, Sean.
All right, let's wrap up the show, and let's do it by talking a little bit of outdoors with Bryce Williams. Bryce, what have you been up to?
Oh, just bopping in and out of the woods. Was able to skirt in the woods Sunday morning, just for a little bit to see if I could see anything with my bow, and unfortunately I got skunked, but you know, it was all right, and it was good to get in the woods. But hopefully as the temperatures start getting cool, a little cooler, the evenings hunts and the morning hunts start to get a little better, and I can time things up a little bit. Obviously with the youngin', my hunting's a little limited, but just really prepping for deer season, and you know, just getting anxious with these cooler temperatures, and put some mock scrapes out today, a little more corn. So hopefully as October rolls in, the bucks start moving, get a little more curious on like hit mock scrapes and things like that, and then off season November the rut will come. So just prepping for when I can get the opportunity to get in the woods and hopefully, you know, take a doe or a buck, obviously, if it steps out. And obviously my goal is to get one with a bow first. But I will not pass up the opportunity to go with my rifle if it seems suitable.
All right, there's Pirate Radio Outdoors. Thank you, Caleb Stroud and Stroud's Marine, for your awesome sponsorship. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Fall fishing is here, and at Stroud Marine, they are stocked up with over 20,000 pre-owned parts. They've got everything you need, from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical, and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Speaking of outboards, they will buy your old ones. And as always, their mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts. And I can attest to all that. I've utilized Caleb for ever since I've moved to Eastern North Carolina with all the boat projects I have, my personal boats, flip boats. He's literally got everything you could ask for to fix your boat, even build a boat, you know, fix your motor to building a motor. Stop by and see his huge warehouse. You'll be amazed at all the parts he has. And also he is a great guy and runs a great business.
Thank you, Caleb Stroud and Stroud's Marine. And thank you, Bryce Williams, for joining me on the show today.
Thanks for having me, bud.
Always great seeing you. And thank you, Zach, Brett, Sherles, Delaney, Christian, and all of you listening today. Tune in tomorrow starting at 3 o'clock for a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. I know we have Ken Watlington coming on. I think Bo Batts is coming on the show tomorrow, and some more great guests. So we will see you tomorrow starting at 3 o'clock. And Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. This is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio Digital. The Holton Naylor Show is on the air.
What's up, Pirate Nation? Look, there's been a lot of social media stuff going on. There's been, former players talking about Coach Houston. There's been, fans talking about Coach Houston, about the program, not just Coach Houston, but the program too. So we felt it was good to bring some former players together: Miles Berry, Noah Henderson, Gerard Stringer, Cade Norman, obviously myself, and we just sat down and talked. Look, I hope you guys enjoy this. It was very raw, very authentic. This is not the podcast. Our podcast releases tomorrow at 12. But we're going to release this just to you guys, just to hear our thoughts of what's going on now with the program, but also, some inside stories about Coach Houston, about the program, where we think we can be better. Is it positive? Yes, because we've been with them. We think that they can improve, but also we're very real. We're very authentic. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview, and remember the podcast drops tomorrow at 12. We got Caden Norman, Noah Henderson, Miles Berry, and Gerard Stringer. Look, we're going to take a deep dive into it. Boys, welcome to the show. Let's go.
Let's do it. What's up, everybody?
So, look, there's going to be a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk on Twitter, obviously. Social media is killing Coach Houston, killing the team right now, saying there needs to be changes everywhere. So me and Caden were talking. We're like, why don't we just go get some guys who have been here? Look, none of us were recruited by Coach Houston. All of us played for Coach Houston. We're going to dive right into it. Look, we've had good times. We've had bad times. But we've at least been in that locker room, changing the culture at a time, feel like we changed the culture at times. And now to see it kind of slip away, we're going to get into that and what it feels like to us. So first, I just want to give you all the floor. Like, we'll start with you, Miles. You're the defensive side, and we'll, kind of go from there. What do you think is going on, and like just your perspective of the program right now?
Well, it kind of sucks to watch. I'm not gonna lie, especially how we left it. We left it with the 2022 bowl game victory in Birmingham, and I thought, the team was in a very good place. Now I know a lot of people left. We got a lot of transfers coming in. The new guys are in now. So last year was kind of an unfortunate building season for ECU, which was understandable. But this year, I don't know. It's just like I can speak on Charlotte game.